Ooh! It's time for the late night boxing talk. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to you. Fuck you. Talk to you. Touch your boobs. Man, I seen a quote. Somebody really asked Shakur Stevenson about Javante Davis. They just running out of shit to ask these boxers, y'all. They must be. How you gonna ask Shakur Stevenson about Javante Davis in the context of a fight when Javante Davis is quite literally a fugitive? Like he gonna do time. If they get him, he's gonna do time. The career is, oh yes, virtuoso, literally. And Shakur snapped. He's like, stop asking me about that dude. He liked to act like, he said, stop asking me about that dude. He be acting like people need him. I don't need him. I'm a star in my own right. That's what he said. But it's like, yeah, you go frustrated because that's a stupid fucking question to ask somebody, fam. Javante is literally a fugitive. It's literally an arrest, a warrant out for his arrest. Anybody asking about, yo, when you going this, when you, like, fam, what, do y'all not have nothing to ask me about? Ask me about Teofimo. Ask me what I'm going to do after I beat him. Ask me what kind of salad dressing I like to put in my Caesar salad. You can ask me a lot of shit. What do I like to watch on Netflix? When I'm not boxing, how do I unwind? What's my favorite brand of gloves? It's a lot of shit you can ask these guys. Drew, what it do? Eddie wanted to compete. Pacheco free. Yeah, I seen that dumb shit. Another one that's fucking up. I don't know if I want to address that tonight, or maybe I don't, and I address it tomorrow in an episode of the relay. Maybe I do both because I have a habit of repeating myself, and y'all know I'm old. I love doing that. Junior, what the fuck? The real problem, the real reason that so many questions, there were so many silly questions being asked by members of the media. You know what it is? It's because there's an overabundance of interviews. There is an overabundance of media. When you have that many people trying to fulfill the same role, you're going to end up with a lot of the same questions that already got asked by 10 other guys with a camera and a YouTube channel. But the idea that anybody in their right mind would still be asking Shakur about a wanted fugitive who's rumored to be hiding out in Cuba, because that's the rumor. The reason they ain't found him yet is because he went to Cuba. That's what they say. Like, fam, at minimum, Javante probably gonna do like something like a 3 to 5 or something. Like, he gonna do some time if they get him. He's gonna do something. You know? How the fuck you gonna ask, really? Jay Flint, what it do? Andy P, what it do? They should sentence him to fight Roach again. Nah. They should sentence that motherfucker to reach the top shelf at the supermarket. I ain't shit. But I never said I was. You know? They running out of shit to tell these guys, man. You know? That's really what it is. You got a lot of people that are basically trying to perform the same function. Anybody now, it's good and it's bad. It's good because it makes this market easy to break into, but it's bad because it makes the market watered down. You have a lot of people that are trying to perform the same function, and thus members of the media end up asking the same fucking question over and over. Or worse, you have inept members of the media. You don't know what to ask him about. And this is where I would like to interview fighters. But at the same time, the reason I don't is because I see that, well, you can't really ask them real questions at the same time. There's another side to that coin that it's not like the days of Geraldo and fucking John Stossel and 2020 and Dateline and Barbara Walters, where you ask the questions that maybe make them uncomfortable. The way things are now, if you do that, the moment you do that, you'll be ostracized for it. Or you had to ask me about my credit score. Or you had that, and I can't. Like I said it that look, I love the sport. You could tell I love the sport, but I don't love the individuals. Like, nah, fighters come and go, man. Today's hot button topic is tomorrow's, yesterday's news. The Charlo brothers used to be a hot button topic. Andre, Quillen, Jacobs. A few years later, is that shit still interesting? No. Wilder, no. How difficult what must it have been to get a Deontay Wilder interview in the thick of the Anthony Joshua situation, right? But I ain't about to lick no ass and suck no motherfucking dick for no motherfucking interview. Like, nah, it ain't even that deep, homie. What it do, pound for pound king? We out here. That's why the only interviews that I ever wanted to do was with the girl fighters because I saw nobody's really interviewing them. They have a side of their story that nobody's asking them about. So there's interesting questions to ask and things to explore that nobody really cares to explore. And that's why those were the interviews that I went after. Like, yeah, I want to talk to Sinisi. I want to talk to Mary McGee, Chantel Cameron, Callie Reese, who's doing amazing, by the way. I'm so happy for her. One of the nicest people in boxing. You couldn't find, well, her and Amanda, some of the most down to earth fighters I ever spoke to. And she's doing so fucking well. She's in a movie with Chris Pratt. It's the #1 movie in America. Y'all go watch it. Callie motherfucking Reese. Shout out to you. Um, and yeah, like, there's a lot of cool people to talk to. And because I didn't see any other members of the media making that effort to get their stories and talk about their fights, that's what made it interesting to me. This is unventured territory. So I'll do that. And maybe I'll go back to doing that because I could think of some new faces and new fighters that I would like to talk to and get that content out there. How many times can you ask Shakur about Javante? How many times can you ask Javante about Shakur? How many? Before the shit get old, before the shit gets stale, or getting fucking sound bites from Rolly as if that dude has anything coherent to say. They asking these guys about the same thing. If I go back to doing interviews, it will be for that. It would probably only be for that. Like maybe interview Nayeli Rodriguez, Nat Dove, Micaiah Krebs, who I'm a fan of. Who else? Johanna Wanyu. I'm a fan of Johanna. Damn good boxer. Doesn't get enough exposure. Uh I would love to interview Dina Thorslin just because I've been watching Dina for like a million fucking years. That's one of my favorite fighters. Uh But I can't like the guys. It's like, yo, dog. One, the guys is wow egotistical. I'm not gonna kiss your ass. I ain't that fucking interested in your fucking career. When you lose, all that heir apparent bullshit is gonna go away. And you gonna lose. A lot of y'all gonna lose. Undefeated, what it do? You want me to interview Francesca Hennessy, man? You want to interview Francesca Hennessy, the young daughter of famed promoter Mick Hennessy, who many, many years ago actually used to promote Tyson Fury before Frank Warren. He was a Mick Hennessy fighter. And it's said in Britain, because I am part British, for those that don't know, um, that he broke Mick Hennessy's heart, man. Broke his heart. Ellie's still trying to, yeah, like, even when they say that there's fucking footage of him hemming the broad up, I just think that in the era that we're in, people have become so detached with reality, they try to create their own because there's a warrant out for his arrest. They've employed U.S. Marshals to try to help find him. The police report says there is literally video footage that they reviewed of him walking into that titty bar and hemming up that girl. And it's not like that's the first, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh, for the eighth time you heard that he did that shit. So I just think Ellie is like something wrong with him. Something got to be wrong with you for you to be like that. Something has to be wrong with you. You know? Drew said, if Zuffa pays low money according to Paulie, Eddie, why match Bam offer or not exceed it like Joe Habib said? December 2026 is, oh, yes, it is, Drew. You know it is. but I think it needs to look different. People don't like change. I understand that yeah, you can be afraid of change. But when a situation is bad, and the situation is bad, me and you've been saying it for years, Drew, the guys on the panel, we know if all the networks left, right? Boxing has become a hot potato for broadcast television, right? Clearly something is wrong. And it's like, what are y'all living under a fucking rock? You should be happy that Paramount came back. You should be happy. What about nah, homie? Ronnie, come on, homie. I don't want to add. I don't want to know nothing. I don't want to know. You know, I don't want to know. Tim Tebow, that's my favorite prospect. I would interview Tim Tebow. That's one of my favorite prospects that's coming through. Very entertaining fighter to watch. Good for a fucking knockout. I had a feeling. Y'all like them Bob Ross intros? Do you like dragons? What about me dragging these nuts across your forehead? Put a little tree right there. There's no accidents, just happy accidents. There's no mistakes. Call ice on real talk. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna do that. You know what I mean? There's fighters that I would like because I see, okay, there's a lot of fresh new faces coming through. There are new questions to be asked, new perspectives. So maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll start next month. I'll start doing that. Like, because, you know, you guys know that I used to do that a couple of years ago. The reason that I kind of stopped was coordinating the time frames. When you got a fighter that lives in fucking New Zealand or Australia, it's very hard to work out a time when you're in the United States. The United Kingdom is a little bit more negotiable, you know, because their our afternoon is their evening, so it's still not late that you can do an interview and things like that. So I'll probably try it. You know what I mean? Ring IQ gonna learn and nah, homie. What you talking about? Japanese fighters? Man, listen. You know what I mean? And you know, and they doing it big. You know, the Japanese is doing it big. That speaks to what I've been saying for a while now, that the stories and the fights in a sport that get me excited, the way a boxing fan should be excited, seldom ever involve American fighters because the American fighters just want to talk and they just want to act. Granted that we're getting Lopez versus Stevenson, right? We are getting Lopez versus Stevenson this weekend. Look at what it took to get a fight like that. It takes for a Saudi Arabian billionaire, trillionaire to overpay both fighters to get them in the ring because at market value, it would have never happened. And that is where the American fighter is. You can't pay them what they weigh, you can't pay them what they're worth. You have to overpay to the point where making a profit is impossible. Yeah, I had to get out today and get the car out of the snow. That shit was ice, but because it was ice, it actually made it easier, believe it or not. If I would have had to get out there and dig up powder, then I would have been digging for a minute. But because it was ice, all I had to do was break up the blocks and move them out the way. So very easy, very nice, you know? Very grateful too that it wasn't, you know, a million people did lose power. So I would not say that the weather forecasters exaggerated about the severity of the storm. A million people losing power is actually a lot of fucking people. And when you lose power in below fucking freezing temperatures, yeah, that fucking sucks. Okay. So I don't think that they exaggerated. I just don't think as many areas were affected. It made a lot of people nervous when they started talking about freezing rain and blackouts, which did happen, just not over as wide an area as you know, shit like that. Do you want to build a snowman? I want to fucking build a snowman. Okay, bye. Shit is real out here, you know what I mean? But yeah, motherfucker really had the fucking audacity to ask Shakur about a fucking wanted fugitive. You can't think of nothing else to ask this motherfucker? No wonder he be wrapped so tight. Shakur be wrapped tight, man. That kid, he be wrapped tight. Hey, that motherfucker not never happy about nothing. I wouldn't want to interview that motherfucker. I had good interviews with like Regis Progray, who's real chill. One of my favorite interviews was Emmanuel Navarrete because that dude is mad lax. He fight like a fucking maniac, but when you talk to him, he's really fucking lax. Shout out to Emmanuel. I noticed that about a lot of the Mexican fighters like Emmanuel, Jaime Munguia, that they fight like they fighting like they're trying to kill you. But when you talk to them, no, they cooling, man. They cool. No, porque tengo que hacer el trabajo y vamos a hacer el trabajo y estoy enfocado en la pelea. You know, that's if you hear a Spanish interview, you're gonna hear that. Yeah, you're gonna hear estoy enfocado en el campamento y en la pelea. So this is the undercard of the Barrios versus Garcia show. And I have to admit that that is a good looking card. That is a good looking card. Bear in mind that it's being financed by Turkey Al Sheikh, though. So if you want to thank somebody for it, you'd have to thank Turkey because he's putting that together. He's the one who put that together. I like Richard Torres. The thing is that they saying that Torres versus Sanchez is not going to land on that show. They saying that shit going to land on Thurman versus Fundora. That's what they saying.
Thurman versus Fondio?
Yep. I didn't even know that shit was still going to fucking happen.
Yeah,
Glad
no, I was saying that's a good card, bro.
if it were that way, but Richard Torres versus Frankie Sanchez is not on that show.
Ah,
Raphael
Hey,
said
Swift.
that's for March. That's for March on the undercard of Thurman versus Fundora, and I don't. Samson is a fucking
that
dickhead,
sucks.
and don't shut the fuck up. And the only one who's a bigger dickhead than
My
Samson is
bitch
the
ass
dickhead
nigga.
that signs the dickhead that signs to Samson. So like, what the fuck are you retarded? You gonna let this motherfucker waste all these months so you could give Thurman a fucking title shot? What are you a more? You was gonna go to Yale with that brain? Remember when they said Fundora was gonna go to Yale, or was it
Harvard.
Harvard?
Harvard.
It was
Fucking,
Harvard.
fucking dickhead. It is what it is, man. What the fuck, fellas?
I don't know,
What the
bro.
fuck?
What's up with you?
My back hurts.
Ain't shit.
You guys back blown
Y'all
up.
was yo, I'm gonna tell you something. I had my true blue Mexican moment today. Y'all would have been proud of me, dog. Cause
Uh-oh.
y'all know I'm from the Caribbean. I had a true blue
You stood
Mexican
up to
moment.
ice.
Not not only did I beat the shit out the ice, right? I did beat the shit out that ice. But you know, I get home, I shoveled all the snow and shit, take off on my shit. Yo, my whole back was drenched.
Oh
My
shit.
whole back from all the work.
Oh
Young Louis.
shit.
I thought you were gonna
Oh
say you beat
shit.
your. I thought you said you're gonna beat your wife. Then you're a real Mexican.
Domestic
I'm
violence.
not there yet. Domestic violence. You know what I'm saying? But shit, my whole fucking back
Wife
was
will your
saturated,
wife will
bro.
tune your ass up.
You know, one of the good things,
Nah.
fellas, about the
Freaking
boxing
Jules gonna
scene
be
being
Dominican
shit,
Tank.
about the boxing scene being shit in America, I don't got to hear nothing from David's fans right now, and I love it. No mirage, no nothing. Everybody's quiet on that end.
They're gonna leave, Drew. Like, trust me, they're gonna leave because Yolovi, there's this white guy, right? He irritates me. But it's not because he's white. It's because he's white and he want to go to the cookout. And I like, yo, get a fucking identity, fam. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? What you look like groveling to other people so you can go to the cookout.
That's like
You know what I mean?
Dan the boxing man.
Yeah, Dan is not Latino to me. Dan, I don't know what you're a Democrat. Get out of here. Um, this fucking white guy. And he was complaining about Zuffa, and I'm like, I just don't understand how you could be that stupid. The networks are gone. Do you understand that? And the networks are not gone because of Turkey. All this stuff that happened predates Turkey even coming into the space. Showtime had already left by the time he came into the space. Fox had already left before that. ESPN, they made their decision. You see what I mean? So boxing is not where it is now because of something Turkey did or because of something DAZN did. That means that if they weren't here, you would have even less boxing to watch. And what do? You complain. Y'all could keep that shit. All right, home. Then don't
Yeah,
watch
like
it. Then don't
that's
watch
why
it.
I don't know why Danny said what he said, because you've been saying it since the you went back. I remember you went back, Jules. You went back to the Facebook page. You said, "Look, I knew this was all started when Al Heyman was screwing over HBO with Kerry Davis in charge and
I
overpaying
didn't
Berto."
say that, and you need to stop making up shit I said because I literally never said that.
You said Kerry Davis was when it started at
I never
HBO.
said I never said that, Drew. You know I never said that. I didn't say
It,
that.
it must have
I
been another
didn't say that.
Dominican,
It must have been because it
because I
wasn't.
It
remember
was
you
But I
Ness.
specifically
will.
saying,
It was
Hey,
Ness.
I will say that I think we're better off. I think this is the Great Reset in a manner of speaking. I do think this is the Great Reset. I think this is the purge because a lot of these wannabes, a lot of these wannabe influencers, a lot of these wannabe content creators, you wanted like a Love and Hip Hop brand of boxing. Fuck that shit. Get that bullshit out of here. I don't want that shit. If you want Love and Hip Hop, go watch Love and Hip Hop. I don't want to watch that toxic, silly, effeminate ass bullshit. I don't know. No. You like boxers that sit on Twitter all day arguing with each other. You like analyzing what purse is Javante going to wear to the fight, what color nail polish, what kind of sneakers Devin got. This is the kind of gay shit y'all like. Yeah, get that shit out of boxing, bro. That shit, if it made money, it wouldn't be so bad. If the ends have to justify the means. If this was producing results in the marketplace, then you just have to accept it. But it's not producing anything because the people that like that shit don't buy anything. So please leave. Go. Watch something else. Watch fucking golf or something. Get out of here. Go. Get the fuck out. All right? All right. You know what I'm saying? That's the shit. You know? Oh, he said Torres. I don't agree with that. Torres is not trash. He beat the shit out of fucking he beat
Vito.
the shit out of Villanello. Villanello is a good fighter. He beat the shit out that dude. I wouldn't say that. He's limited. I would say he's definitely limited because of his stature that you only got one way to fight a fight when you built like that in today's heavyweight division. You don't really have a choice but to close the distance and apply pressure. The thing is, most you can do is be good at it. And if you're good at it, be better at it because that's your only way to fight a lot of these guys. You don't have the option of turning it into a boxing match. You can't resort to that. For you, every fight is going to be the same battle, every fight.
And
Yeah,
Torres better
man.
hope he's durable, because then he get laid
I'm
out by Jalilov in the amateurs.
But the heavyweight division is so different that the guys when they weigh that much, anybody knocks out anybody, bro. I don't even know that it's a question of durability at heavyweight. Some guys are more durable than other guys. Larry Holmes, for example, very durable guy. You can knock him down, but he'll get up. But usually like, yeah, dog, at that weight, anybody knocks out anybody, man. And he does hit hard. You can see that when he hit guys, he really hurt their ass. It's because he got that low center of gravity. He could really turn his hip into the punches and hit motherfuckers with shit they don't see. So I think Torres has a future. I do think he has a future. I do think he can beat Frankie Sanchez. And I do think he can become IBF champion. Now, the other stuff, can he beat Moses? Can he beat Fabio? That's a different question. I don't know. What it do, Ignacio?
What up?
Well,
I
okay,
think
so
So
y'all
you're really sold on Richard Torres as a legit heavyweight contender, huh, Jules?
I mean, like it depends. If Fabio with no amateur background and only a 1-2, because that's all Fabio has, Ignacio. All Fabio really has is a good 1-2. It's just that it's snappy, so he catch you with it. But that's all he got. If he could become WBO champion, yeah, I could see Torres picking up that IBF. He could beat Sanchez. Yeah.
But like you said, though, in the long run, does he last? That's
None
my
of them
biggest question about him.
none of them are gonna last. You know that. Daniel is 28. He already got 3 losses. He's 28. He already has 3 losses. You see what I mean?
And they were
No,
all
no,
by
None
no.
of them.
What I
knockout.
mean is,
and I give Richard a shot in a firefight with Daniel the way they fight.
Hey, you could. It
That's a
would be,
good fight.
if you're thinking about a fight like that, it's early for Richard to fight somebody like that, but just
Yeah.
yeah, in a vacuum, you could. I don't see why not. Like because it's who lands first, and what
Yeah.
Richard has that a lot of them don't have is he is sudden. That goes a long way as a heavyweight when you're sudden, when you could get that punch out a half a second, a millisecond earlier, because most of those guys are slow. Dillian is slow, Derek is slow, Wilder is slow, even Guido is slow. Like a lot of them are slow. The ones that have a bit of speed, you're talking about Richard, you're talking about
Andy.
Moses, you're talking about Andy's not fast no more, bro. He's not
Hey,
fast no
look.
more.
No, he
I
fasted
would
at eating pizza.
yeah, he could eat that. He could do
He,
that fast.
Yeah.
He ain't look
he was
fast
eating too
fighting
many
Jarrell
Mexican
Miller.
pizza.
That's what he ain't look fast fighting Jarrell Miller. That's Jarrell Miller has never been fast a day in his life. And he looked faster than Andy when they fought a year and a half ago. He
Dude,
looked
and he
faster
looked
than
fat
Andy.
and flat.
Fuck, that's been that long since that fight already, huh? That's the last time Andy fought, right?
Yeah,
Summer of
that was over a
2024,
year
bro.
ago.
Yeah,
Summer of 2024.
he's too busy
August.
opening pizza restaurants.
I'm not mad at that.
That's what he's been doing?
As long as Andy's selling drugs, bro, that's all I really want for him. Like sell some drugs, Andy. You know this boxing shit, that shit temporary. Drugs are forever, bro. Drugs don't go out of style.
So it's prison, Jules. What the fuck?
Yeah, he can hide the drugs in his cheeks.
You know what I'm saying? Drugs are forever, bro. Prison is forever, bro. You know what I mean? But yeah, like, and you know, he's a weird dude because he's talented. He's the right. He has the right ethnicity to move the needle in this country, right? You're Mexican, bro. Easily identifiable with the boxing demographic that spends the most money on this sport. It's just the reality. That's what the numbers show. So you got a lot of shit working for you to just fuck it off. Like, bro, you're fat. That immediately makes you identifiable to most of the country. You know, they'll see that guy. That fucking guy's me. That's Andy's fighting for us. He's not fighting for us, but they'll think that if you were fighting. And
He's
you're
Yeah,
got the
just
tattoos to prove it too.
the problem
Yeah.
is that fucking
The
guy,
ass tattoos.
as talented as he was, he just never had the dedication or the fire for the sport like he should have.
Yeah, I mean that's the problem that Manny said he had. He's got a ticker problem. I mean, Manny was training him years ago. Manny got him to the titles with AJ, but you know he's got a discipline problem. He couldn't handle success. You know, gets back home, eats all the pizza, inhales an entire
Doing
case of hot pockets.
Fucks all the
Right.
whores.
There's
Nah, he
nothing wrong
can't
with
find
that.
his
Like you
pecker.
gotta do that.
Bro's so
You
fat he
know.
can't find his pecker.
Shout out to Mr. T. Them dudes will try to pay Davis conjugal visits when the cops either find him hiding in Ella B's left nostril or at Heyman's Zest dungeon.
Zest dungeon.
Yo, that's dungeon.
Yo, someone put a bounty on him.
Wow.
That's dungeon.
Gotta
Yo,
bounty
I'm
his
trying
own
to tell
self.
you, yo. I mean, like, I just have this feeling that the longer this drags out, the worse it's gonna end for him because
I mean,
it already see this is a thing. It's kind of like those guys that want to fight the ice people, right? It's all that's a bad idea. You understand that? And the longer you have that idea, the worse it is. Like that, you know, that's not going to end well, right? You know, that's what I'm saying. There's no way this ends well where you go up against them. And I'm just thinking, Javante, there's no way it ends well where you're running from these guys and making them look for you. There's no way that ends well. How? And that already shows that you're determined to not go in, but you have to. You don't get away from this without doing no time. You got to do some time. It might not be even be a lot. It might not
He's
be a
probably
lot.
hiding
Like
in one of those
Oh.
Somalian daycares in Minnesota, bro.
yeah, the
a
best
Leering
thing,
in one of the Leering centers. In one of the Leering
Yeah, he's
centers.
one of the students.
so true. The best thing that nigga could do was turn himself in and be like, "Yo, that bitch knew I had 6 prior DVs. Why she fuck with me anyway?" You
You
better
know what
go
I'm
in there and
saying?
say, better go in there and say something.
Oh, here he comes. Oh, here he come. Watch out, girl. He'll beat you up, right?
That's
But he
that's it, man.
it's not, and you know, I said it 2 days ago. It's not like it's capital murder or a homicide case. You're not looking at 10. I'm like, no, not for this bullshit. They're 3 to 5. You know, you'll get out at what, 36 years old. You know,
Right.
your career will be over, but you'll still 36 is not old. Like what? He's 31 now, right? He's 31. So you get out 36, 37. You know, you gotta do what you. This doesn't go away. Like yo, dog, you gotta go in. It's either that or yeah, really go to Cuba or go to Mexico. You know, I don't think they're gonna send. I don't think they're gonna have Black Ops Rainbow Six motherfuckers looking like it ain't that deep, bro. You beat up a stripper, they don't care that much. You know what I mean? Go to Mexico. You
And
beat up a
before,
stripper. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
he's probably gonna beat up another one before he heads out.
Yeah, exactly.
And if it
Except the
ends
strip.
bad, you know the fucking routine. Now he was troubled. He wanted to go to therapy. He was a victim.
Man, I
He
hate
was
that.
Abandoned
persecuted. All
and
that
messed up.
bullshit.
I'm gonna say that because your mommy and your daddy was poor is not an excuse for you to be a fucking sack of shit or a human waste. No, it's not. I don't socioeconomic factors. Undefeated came from the poorest neighborhood in fucking Hermosillo. And look at him now, bro. He got fucking stock options. He gambles on DraftKings. He's
Let's
fucking all
go.
these fucking. Let's fucking go. All right. Look at fucking
Two
real
two
talk,
bitches.
right? Right, two fucking bitches, bro. Fucking real talk. He came from fucking Jalisco. He used to fucking take a bath in a
This
fire
nigga.
hydrant. Look at him now. Look at him now. Look at him now. Right? The motherfucker don't want to hear this fucking poor poverty me bullshit. Cause your neighborhood is trash. That's your mommy and your daddy fault for not working hard to get you out of that shit. Motherfucker won't say it, I will. That's your mommy and your daddy fault. That's your ain't shit mommy and your ain't shit daddy fault for not working harder to provide you with a better life and do a better job of raising your dumb ass. That's what that
Damn.
is. You
Damn.
know? It's real shit. Because the what
Freaking
what
Dr.
I
Jules
really
over here.
no, what I really dislike about that shit is we come, yo, dog. There's no rich people on this panel. There's no rich people on this panel. We all come from fucked up neighborhoods. Does that give us an excuse to exonerate ourselves of culpability for our own actions? Does that mean that we should all turn into a life of crime because we weren't rich when we were born? Because that's the
No.
excuse. My socioeconomic fact. Well, I don't give a fuck if Baltimore is a shithole. The Harlem I grew up in was a shithole. That don't make it okay for me to go beat up strippers, right? So I don't want to hear about his problems,
Right?
motherfucker. I want to hear about your fucking problems. Who the fuck don't got problems, motherfucker? You rich. You rich,
What?
bitch.
I
You
fucking
know what I mean?
got me.
Yeah, that's my point of contention when I'm talking to these
What?
Nah,
like
Jules,
these
I
Davis
picture.
fanboys. Oh, excuse me, I was talking. That's my point of contention is that it's one thing for me to go through these issues with the courts, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't make fucking a whole lot. So it's like it is a pain in the ass, but it's like for you to make all that money and to be on the run, it's like it's idiotic, bro. You can easily take care of those fees and get through your fucking courts. And bro, if you end up going to fucking jail, then, oh well, bro. Like
Oh
sucks to
well.
suck, bro. Like fucking suck it easy.
Yeah, yo, see, that was a good shit. See, this dude was working hard today. He was deadlifting today. I could tell. I could hear it in his voice. I could hear all the reps. He was
Okay, I'm
deadlifting.
low
Fucking
key. I'm
tired.
fucking low key beat, bro.
I could hear this shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, like there's no accountability in today's American populace because that's really what's causing a lot of the problems. That there's no accountability. It's like the guy you keep hearing about, the guy who got shot. Well, homie, what are you doing in a place like that with a firearm? I'm just saying. Do you think I would walk into the 30th precinct, for example, with a firearm? Even if I have a license to carry, the concealed carry permit, right? Whatever. Why would I go to the precinct with that? What is likely to happen if I do that? There's no accountability.
Exactly.
I said the same exact shit with my homie, cause he sent. I finally saw the video and like, don't get me wrong, it is cold blooded murder. I'm not gonna fucking cry about it, but it's like I don't feel sorry for the dude, bro. Like you're putting yourself in this situation. I get you wanna fucking go and help and you wanna, white knight and all this shit, but just like
The
with
shit
the
is
with the way
the
that
shit is
the
the
tensions
shit
are
is
this high,
that's
you
not
can't
how
do that.
the shit is that's not how you help. Somebody else said it. Look, I really think they stole it from me because I said it 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. A lot of y'all motherfuckers think y'all superheroes or something. Y'all think y'all in a comic book. Y'all don't understand this is real life and this is real death. The people that you fucking with, you don't understand that they rap tight. They ready to pop. See, if I told you, yo, Real Talk just did like a 20-year bid and he just spent the whole time fighting motherfuckers in jail, right? You think I'm gonna move sudden around Real Talk ethic? You think I'm gonna sneeze around this? No. That motherfucker ready to pop. Now you got people whose line of work requires them to carry a pistol and different apparatuses as deterrents for violent individuals. That is their reality, not yours. You are cosplaying a soldier or a white knight. So when you get beat up and you get maced and they whoop your ass or they blow your brains out, I just keep thinking the same thing. What the fuck was you doing there?
Yeah, because why
This
the
ain't
hell would you brandish a firearm around federal agents who are trained to kill?
Because you
and
got a death wish.
Yeah.
Drew, that that's what I believe though. You know that, right? I
Mm.
really believe that there is an element, because I study your species, man. I've been on this planet for a long fucking time, and that's one of the reasons my people keep coming here, because humans are so different. Anatomically, they're the same, but the way that they're wired and the way that they think is different, which is why we're studying you. We all think the same because we're better than you, and logic rules us. Whereas humans, they abandon logic, they abandon
Yeah.
reasoning. And I believe that a lot of these people, at least some of them, like the lady that got popped and this dude, there's a self-loathing component in you. And you try to make yourself feel better. But look at me, I'm this nice person. I'm this great person. Because the amount of yourself that you're sacrificing for this cause, it doesn't make sense. Rationally, the way you're going about it, if you care, this is not how you go about it. If you really care and you really want to change things and you want to make a difference, well, this is not it. This is not going to do it. The most this is going to do is get you shot. But maybe that's what you're after because you feel that in martyrdom,
Mhm.
you will be
There you go.
redeemed.
Martyrdom. I know you can't figure out our species. Did you figure out why Edgar Berlanga went into the gym and made that shadow boxing video last year that went viral?
Well, he's got a lot of time on his. Bro, that dude got a lot of time on his. It's not like he got
It's
a
not like
fight
he's got
coming
anything to
up.
do.
It's not like he got a.
Yeah,
I
who's gonna
love.
pay Edgar Berlanga to fight? Keith Conley gonna have his
Yo,
work cut out for him.
I love these fucking free agent guys, man. God bless. I love these fucking guys. Diego,
God bless the dead, because that's what their
you want to
career
become
is.
a free agent right before the purse bid. You don't want to. Go ahead. Let Frank do the fight. Yeah, fuck it. Let Frank. Fuck it. Right,
The
free
way he
agency, baby.
the way he fights, good luck, bro. Because you're
You
fucking
know,
born.
for real. Shout out to motherfucking Mr. T Jules. Put Shadow Diddy. Yeah, I gotta put Shadow Diddy
That
up for fucking
Yeah,
You'll hear
Ignacio. Did you see that,
undefeated.
Ignacio? Pacheco wants to be a free agent
That's the
now.
worst one,
He's
bro.
not promising a long-term deal with Matchroom, and they're not gonna.
No,
You're
no,
staring
They
into your soul.
I was
don't,
reading about
because
that. Is he
you're
really
saving.
stupid enough to say that?
No te lo estoy diciendo. Let him because that helps Matchroom. You've been looking like Pupu y Caca for the last 3 fights. So you saving them a headache. Like, yeah, at least we ain't gotta deal with that. Go ahead, yo. We wish you the best, Diego. And the shit is, look, I like Diego. I think it's kind of exaggerated. I ain't gonna front. The last fight was ass. The Steven
Yeah.
Nelson fight to me wasn't ass, but the last one, yeah, that shit was ass. But
No
McCombie.
one else, McCumbee.
And fucking Turkey and fucking Franco overpaid to get his ass knocked out over there in Saudi or the UK.
well, Turkey, Turkey's the one who's going to foot the bill for that because Shiraz is Turkey's boy.
Yeah.
It's just Turkey's boy. So he going to pay what he got to pay to get him that BO. And the other thing is, if Shiraz win that fight, and it's a distinct possibility, Canelo, baby. That's what
Yeah.
that's going to be. Canelo for the BO. That's what that's going to be. So, you know what I mean? Go ahead, Diego. You want to fuck around? Fuck around, homie.
Who's the? And you know what's crazy? It's not David's dad advising him because he fired David's dad. So who's the fuck advising him
Yeah.
to do this shit?
He's probably doing
He's
it on
got a
his own.
new he's got like this new representation. I don't know these guys. I never heard of them, but he's got this new management team or whatever. So whatever decisions he's making, hold out on the free agent. Yeah, because we love them Diego Pacheco fights, bro. When Diego fights, it's like a fucking Michael Jackson concert. You know what I'm saying? Bitches is fainting, bitches is crying, right? When Diego fight, motherfuckers is and
They're
and
trying to leave.
and let me tell you something. This is why a simple electrician in Josh Padley, for being what he is, I'm going to fight him, man. I'll fight. I'm not a rock star. I'm not a realtor. This is why he made a power move, and that bought him a new house. I'm a fighter. I'm not a fucking rock star. I'm not a realtor. You offer me money to fight, I'm going to fight. Whether it's Shakur Stevenson, who's probably going to beat me, or not. Americans don't make those decisions. Don't you see? It's the other fighters that make those decisions. You can say what you want about a Josh Padley, that he'll never be a champion, or he'll never be pound for pound. He'll never be this. He'll never be that. Or for one decision that man made, he was able to buy a whole fucking house. Whatever he gets now is a bonus. Or for one decision. There's a lot of guys that make that decision. They just not from here, because the guys from here have delusions of, oh, I'm the shit, bro. Yo, boxing didn't
Well, no,
exist
there
before
was
me.
one American who did that within the last few years.
Who?
Bam.
No, Bam is different. Bam is different.
He was the favorite
in
to
the
win,
sense-
cabron.
No, not with
no,
Cuadras. Not with Cuadras.
Not with
wasn't.
Quadras.
But
I
I do
Quadras.
agree that Bam, but while Bam did that, Bam is a rare example. And I would not equate that to what Padley did, for the simple fact that Bam, you were talented. The world didn't know that, but you were a blue chip kid. Whereas a Josh Padley accepts a fight with a Shakur Stevenson on short notice, you know you're going to lose. But you did some grown, I'm going to lose. But fuck it. They paying me. I'm going to go lose and make us this money so we could get this house.
Yeah.
That's what makes that some man. I'm going to lose. It's fucking Shakur
That's the same
Stevenson.
But then he also got a
Same thing,
matchroom deal, too.
Same thing Bacoli did fighting Parker on 5 days.
Yeah, but you see that it's usually not the Americans.
But that was funny.
Yeah, kind of.
That was funny.
Because he went down after one punch, right?
He went down like a sack of crap, dude.
So we got this fucking card this weekend. Bruce, who I'm still on the train. I'm still on the train. You know, I haven't sold my stock in Bruce. I think I have. I feel like I've sold my stock in Keyshawn. I don't really have a reason to root for you. Whoever's burping, mute your mic. I don't need to hear that shit.
You're the only one that's allowed to burp on this shit, huh?
It's my life.
I feel bad for that damn mic, though.
You know, it's not the fight that we want Bruce to be in. I keep coming back to that. But it's like, yeah, this is a real problem. And this is why we need Dana, man. It is. Like, so boxing can go back to being a sport. We should have seen Bruce against at least one champion by now. Look at what the World Boxing Council allowed Stefan to do. The whole time you let him hold on to that title, even while he's fucking up there, you know he's going up there to box O'Shaquie Foster. You knew for months. You could have made it vacant a long time ago. No, you wait and waste all our fucking time and let the division stagnate, doing fucking favors for fighters that can't sell out a fucking high school auditorium. Why? If you know that Stefan is done at 130, why? Why let him hold? I mean, at 126. Why let him hold on to the title? He said it already. He's done. He's not coming back down. He's going to 30. Why let him hold on to the title? What is the point? You know? It's fucking bullshit.
We need that ZBF belt.
I think
that ZBF, baby.
Shock said he going to 35.
Yeah, I mean, he could stay at 30 and try to get the winner of Navarrete versus Nunez, which would be a great fight, by the way. That would be a great fight. But if you Shock, hopefully Matchroom. Hopefully. You know, if Nunez came out the winner, then maybe they could get at it. If he doesn't come out the winner, then yeah, you're right. It stagnates because I don't think Navarrete is just going to fight O'Shaquie for the sake of fighting O'Shaquie. There has to be a bag in it. Are we
going to get Are we going to get unifications at 26 this year or no? We're fucked again.
Bro, where you been at? No. Where have you been
like
at?
hiding under a rock?
We're getting Navarrete and Nunez.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, just
wait, how could you? Wait. How could you forget? We were literally just talking about
because they've been avoiding each other at 26 the whole time. That's what I'm saying.
Bro,
Navarrete and Nunez at 130. What are you talking about?
Whatever brand of TRT you taking, you need to switch brands, bro.
When did Navarrete when did Navarrete drop to 126?
After you know what, you're right.
Thank you.
You flipped. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you.
I said, are we going to get any? I said, are we going to get any unifications at 26 this year?
Fuck you.
Yeah, he said 126.
Shut the fuck up, Steph.
That's what it's.
Hey, I
Shut
pointed
the
it out
fuck up.
earlier. No.
Back to you,
Hey,
Herb.
that's
Oh,
great.
no, I
Someone
ain't
took
saying
my
that.
place.
See, country, you got to shut the fuck up
Shut the
sometimes.
fuck up,
Seriously.
country. There you go. I did it
All
for you.
right.
You don't even have to say
Okay.
it. I did it for you.
Okay.
Any
Now,
celebrities died today,
no, no, no.
country?
No, shut the
None.
fuck up.
Oh
Now
yeah,
listen,
like I
I
was.
don't want no, wait a minute. Before I go, I'm gonna smoke a cigarette. The question of the night. I don't want no fence riding. Don't want no dick eating. Okay, you fucking up here. You're gonna answer the fucking question. Emma Williams, Carlos Adames. Who's winning? Take it around the panel.
Right, top to bottom. Real talk.
I agree. I agree. Real talk.
Nah, my fault. What was that?
Adames or fucking
Carlos
Amber Williams.
Adames.
Ammo.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Ammo
I'm
Williams.
going with the Dominican.
Yeah, same
I
here.
guess
I
it's my
think
turn
Carlos
now.
Adames
Oh
can.
shit.
I'm going with Adams with Adamas too. I'm not going with Ammo. Ammo kind of special started a little bit.
Okay, so
Yeah, I
who?
think Adam is
Okay,
wins that fight.
I got
so
Adamas on
who's?
my parlay, so yeah, let's go Adames.
So Damas. Okay, so real talk. You got a Damas.
No, I got Emma Williams.
Hey,
Okay.
how much snow did you get undefeated?
How much what?
How much snow?
Like an
What?
eight ball.
We honestly we didn't get no snow, bro. We got ice.
Oh shit!
That's
My
Wow.
niece and her husband, where they live like a little north of McKinney. They got a nice amount of snow.
yeah. We got ice, bro. That shit sucks. We got like maybe 2 inches, 3 inches. It's enough to make you slide on the road. Tell you
Okay.
that.
Did you guys get
What?
lose the
You guys
power
can-
or?
Oh nah. It was just cold as fuck.
Damn.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
didn't get no snow out here in California. I don't know about you, Drew, but we got fog up here. That's it.
Nah, it was 75 degrees today in LA.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like 60 here.
Fucking
God damn.
beautiful.
We over here going through it.
I mean, I'm used to the fucking cost of living out here, and I could deal with liberals because we play in the snow out here, fella. I go to Big Bear if I want some snow. I don't need to shovel that shit. Fuck out of here with that.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
gu-
Fuck that.
you guys got fucking killed there in the East Coast, right? Like fucking foots of snow, right?
Yeah, 12 inches. Pause.
Ah,
Oh my
damn.
god. Well, dang. You got
Why'd
that
you have to say
fucking
pause?
cause they're fucking gay.
I thought that's from your neck of the woods.
Grown ass men saying pause all the time. That's like Jim Jones and all that. My
Oh,
neck of the
shit.
wood, like Virtuoso's the one that voted for Mom Donnie.
Uh,
Motherfucker couldn't even bench press 100 pounds without a spotter.
hey, listen, I didn't vote. I didn't vote for Barack, who has Michael as his husband. So I'm
Hey,
good.
did you see Mondani switching up and now he's taking care of all the little yarmulke folks?
I mean, yeah, he has to because that's the voter base now. You know, he's got to lend a hand to their community. That way, he's got to play both sides. That's how you do it in politics. Like
Oh, I know
you
that.
got to understand in every level of government, right? It's always going to be bait and switch.
Did you see that dude that they're threatening now? He went to one of the Hasidic neighborhoods. He's like, yo, why are all the grown men on EBT out here?
Oh, another fraud case about the crack.
Yeah. Oh, no, they're not
Yeah,
going to
because
crack
Jews
it.
are
They're
the
going,
biggest, biggest collector. Oh, wow. Yeah,
yeah.
yes,
They love their underground tunnels with mattresses.
Yo, that shit is weird, man. Well, what
That
the fuck
story
are they
was
hiding?
wild as fuck, right? When that shit broke and you saw the bloody mattresses coming out of the tunnels.
Like shit stain, like fucking goddamn. What the fuck? I don't get it.
I will say though, you be seeing some wild ass shit in New York, yo. That shit be crazy when you out there.
Oh
New
yeah,
York is crazy.
fucking train surfing. Bum fights.
I'm
in the
lucky.
trains, you know.
I've never experienced one where motherfuckers are trying to like move their apartment through the fucking subway, couches and all that shit.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
I never seen that shit neither.
I did see a rat take a piece of pizza up the stairs.
Oh yeah, that was that viral video. I think that was on 14th Street. There's
Dang,
lots of
he's got
rats
some
there.
Ninja Turtles to feed.
Yeah, for real.
Oh boy.
Oh, my boy D Styles, what it do, D Styles? Have you been combating the performative activists of Twitter over Zuffa boxing?
I haven't gone that back and forth with people about it, but I just kind of been saying my own thing because I found that going back and forth with these people it's just a waste of time. It's just,
Well,
It's fruitless.
you because you support oppressing the fighters, D style. You're not for the fighter anymore, bro. You want Dana to take over and monopolize and not be fair.
The
right.
shit that kill me is all these motherfuckers that is supposedly for these fighters is the same ones stealing from these fighters.
Talk about
You still,
irony.
right?
I
Because
just
you
what I
care so
don't get
fucking much.
is what I don't get, and you did a good job covering it actually, but they're arguing with a trainer who has fighters that don't have gigs, right? He's got all these fighters that don't like Robert Garcia. They don't got nothing going on, right? They're probably having to borrow money from Robert or from other fighters or some shit because they don't have nothing going on, or they have some full time job on the side, and they're like arguing with him, like no, they're gonna rip you off. They're not gonna pay him. Like it's like, how about you guys pay him then? Well, why did you start a
No,
promotion?
porque ellos saben más que Roberto, ¿no es verdad? They know
won't
more
even
than
buy
Robert.
a pay per view, right? So I'm not expecting them to pay, but you know.
I mean, they know more than Robert. Clearly, they are more invested than Robert and the fighters that have all the bills to pay. That they would steal their pay per view if it was a pay per view, or they'd scoff at the idea that they should
Yep.
pay for a pay per view. But we should all get our business advice
Yeah,
from these
and
guys.
I'm glad Robert, in one of his recent interviews, he actually said something I've been saying for a while, and it's a lot of these fighters they don't get paid unless they sell a certain amount of tickets. So they're out here selling tickets, and if they're lucky, they'll get like $4,000 or something like that. And people can bring up whatever they want to bring up. It's simple. In many cases, if you don't sell tickets and we can't pay you, then you don't fight, right? So they're not necessarily going to make them fight for free. There's a way around that. But that's happening, and it happens everywhere around the world. And what's astonishing to me is that all these people that are defending the Ali Act, they're not even like Mauricio Suleiman. Okay, then if you believe in it so bad, why are you based out of Mexico then? Then base yourself out of America.
Exactly.
It's there's no Muhammad Ali Act in Thailand, but you have your conferences there. Right?
Exactly.
There's no Muhammad Ali Act in the UK, but Eddie Hearn can't stop talking about it. Right?
Exactly.
It's all bullshit at the end of the day. But the way I see it, if they are successful in building a league, more fighters are going to have food on their table. More fighters are going to get paid. More fighters are going to make a living.
Here's an example. Jaleel Hackett, who was left on the shelf by Mayweather Promotions for an untold number of months and maybe a few years, he's fighting on the next Zuffa boxing show on Sunday, right?
Prelim.
And still, he's fighting. That's a chance to make money. They're not going to pay him in peanuts, and he doesn't have to worry about selling tickets.
Oh no, I wasn't crapping on it. Just saying that he's
No,
fighting on
yes,
the
you
prelim
were.
part of
Yes,
the
you
card.
were. That's why you said that shit.
No.
Yes, you were. That's exactly what
Yes,
you
it was. You hear the tone of how he said it?
You fucking Democrat. And
On the prelim.
right?
prelim.
No. But all jokes aside, that's a fighter that I said this from the beginning. When they think of the Ali Act and they think of all this imaginary money, you're thinking about the top 2% of earners in boxing, which encompasses a very small percentage of the overall boxing populace, because there are lots of boxers all over the world, and most of them don't make what a Derek Chisora makes. Most of them don't. Obviously, they're not making what Shakur Stevenson is going to make this weekend. But a lot of them, they don't even see six-figure purses. Most of the boxers, because you don't hear about them, you don't care about them. But that's who's most affected by these amendments to the Ali Act, that those fighters now stand to make more per round than they used to before. So if you really care about the fighters, you would look at that as a good thing. That they're subsidizing doping testing in this league. You would look at that as a good thing for all the clean boxing people who want a clean sport. Okay, that's a part of what they changed. that in that league, if you're going to form a UBO, anti-doping testing is subsidized, so there will be more of it. If you care, I don't give a fuck about that shit. Drew doesn't care about that shit. Nobody in this panel cares about that shit. We just don't lie about it. Like, bro, I want the fighters using more pets, if anything.
Give
What
them
you clean
DECA
boxing,
TRT.
right? TRT, baby, Clenbo, Trenbo, all that. But this is just performative activism from egotistical people who can't get around their own ego, because this is not about fighter pay. If it were about fighter pay, there's no way you make the argument that Zuffa is bad. You said it better than anybody I heard, D-Styles. If you care so much about fighter pay, are you going after Tasman for paying Jayo Pataya less than Zuffa's about to pay him? Are
How
you
about
going
nothing
after,
for 17 fights?
right? Are you going after Pro Box? Because I'm pretty sure Gary Jonas is not paying those fighters on Pro Box what the Zuffa kids are getting. Do you go after Gary Jonas? No, because you don't really care that much. You just want to sound like you know what you're talking about, which is most people on Twitter. Most people. You just want to sound like you know what you're. Oh, because you know something about boxing, right? That Robert fucking Garcia, who was a boxer and a champion, and he's now a trainer and a manager, and he's got like a quintillion amount of fighters that he helps in some way, shape, or form. Apparently, you have figured something out that he hasn't. Because you're so fucking smart, right? It's always the same. It's always the same.
I mean, he said it himself. I wish we had this when I was fighting. What does that say?
Your average boxer that's coming through is not getting picked up by Top Rank. They think boxing is what we see on ESPN. The reality of boxing is not that. The reality of boxing is not Matchroom. If you're lucky, you get picked up by a Matchroom. If you're lucky, if you're good, if you're halfway good,
Yeah.
you're looking through a keyhole of what boxing is. That's what you're, and you don't realize it. And if somebody tries to tell you, like the Holy Bible states, if you tell a fool the truth, he's gonna get mad at you. He's gonna get mad at you. Like, yeah, that shit you see on Matchroom, those are the ones that got lucky. Those guys are getting the chance to make money that 90% of boxers don't make. But you think you figured it all out. When your average boxer, there's boxers in West Virginia, you've never seen them. There's boxers in West Virginia. They're not gonna get what Jaleel Hackett is gonna get on Sunday. They're not gonna get, but they're still boxing. I think about the female fighters, a lot of them that they were fighting for like
Here we go.
$5,000 purses, $5,000 purses for a sport that nobody was even watching at the time.
People
Herb,
going.
when you might go out, just drop out, bro. Just drop out, bro. We don't need a production. Just drop out. You know what I'm saying? So this is not
Whoever
about.
just came and took Drew's voice with him.
Okay, I'm about to. I'll drop you out, bro. I'll drop you out. Okay, there you go. Well, this is not about advocating for fighters. This is about fake ass people and they fake ass shit. Because you can't care about fighters if Robert literally said these kids are gonna now make more or made more than they were making before. It can't be about the fighter pay. You
It's
just want to
not.
sound. You just want to sound like you know what you're talking about. You want to sound like you were ahead of the curve and you knew the whole time Dana was going to do this. Okay, then provide a fucking solution. Instead of, because I hate these people that spend so much time on the problem, but never, never, never have a fucking solution. Ever. You're so
And this is
fucking
the
smart, right? Hey, shut the fuck up. I'm monologuing. You're so fucking smart. I love these people. You're so fucking smart that you'll spend all day talking about the same problem that 10, 20, 30, 100 motherfuckers is talking about. How about you come up with the solution, smart ass? You won't. Go ahead, Drew.
And this, correct me if I'm wrong, Jules. This is the only place where an undercard or prelim fighter can get a performance or a knockout of the night bonus and make an extra 50 grand, right?
Yep, they were
Incentivizing them to
fucking the Puerto Rican kid got that shit. He got that bonus. The Julian Rodriguez kid got a performance bonus. The thing
I
is
know
that
Gary Jonas ain't doing that.
the thing is that what they really don't like about Dana or anybody like Dana, and it's not that I'm the huge fan of Dana, But they don't want anyone who's going to make you work because you don't want to work. You don't want to work. That's what it is. You don't feel that the fighters should have to work extra to get extra money. For whatever reason, you just think people are supposed to give it to them. And then call that, this is a deadness. This is a deadness. It's a deadness? What fucking business is going to keep their doors open? What fucking business is going to... This is a deadness. No, you're a dickhead.
Yeah,
Okay?
the way that they're
I gotta
the
pay
way
what
they're
you weigh.
framing it, like they're framing it kind of like I've seen some people say, "Oh, look at them! They're going to start begging for the bonuses. They're trying to beg for like since when is working extra begging? Like what does that even mean? Like they're just trying to
Yeah.
put a negative connotation to it. But what gets to me though, all bullshit aside, is that when it comes to Pro Box or Zuffa or any other pro, like when I'm watching Matchroom or any card, right? As a fight fan, I just want to see good fights. I don't care what they're making. I don't care how much what their deal is. I just don't give a shit. Like they make it about this. They're the ones making it about the money and all this other shit, right? But that's all they're talking about. All they're talking
Yeah.
about is the money that the fighters are making. Are these guys happy or not happy? Should they be making more or not? But they don't even realize that if you look at an average boxing card of any of these promoters, these undercard fighters aren't making bank like they think they are. They're just not, right? Now, do I care? No, but they're the ones making it about this at the end of the day. But
Because they
why
want
do they
to
care
because
about
they
it?
want because they want to appear. It's a couple of things. I've often said that Americans don't like boxing for boxing. That is what I noticed because of what you just said. They focus on all this other shit that, well, that's not why I turned on the TV. That's really not why I'm subscribed to DAZN paying them $225 a year. I'm not subscribed to them to worry about what fucking Sam Eggington is getting for the fight,
Yeah.
right? I don't fucking care, to be honest with you. But you guys care because you want to appear. It's a lot of little things like you want to appear smart, you want to appear business savvy. You're ahead of the curve, man. You see it coming before it happens, right? Because you're so fucking smart. It's a lot of shit like that. That, like, can you just watch the guys punch each other without trying to act like you a member of MIMSA? Because you're not that smart. You're not. That's why the only way for you to watch this is for you to steal it. You cannot afford it because you have not improved upon your walk of life. That anyone should be receiving advice from you, financial advice, let alone. Like, really, dog? You're good with finances? Then what the fuck happened to yours? You're watching this on crack streams. You can't. You know what I'm saying? Shut the
You
fuck
can't
up.
Yeah.
fork over $13 a month for Paramount.
Shut the fuck up. And you know that a lot of it is that I said it in a video I did. That I don't care if it sounds offensive. If you don't have a guy in your life to be your daddy or daddy figure or somebody that taught you this, you know that sometimes you have to shut the fuck up. Yeah, sometimes the best thing to do is shut the fuck up. But if you were raised by mom or grandma who don't never shut the fuck up, because that's a female trait, um, you're gonna be like that. You're just gonna fill the air with a lot of nonsense. You don't speak from purpose to say anything purposeful. You speak to fill the air because that's what your mom does or your grandma or whatever woman raised you. That's where you got that from. That is a female trait. You got to learn to shut the fuck up. There are things that you don't know. You have to accept that you don't know them. And if you want to know them, you have to shut the fuck up and read or listen, right? There's people out there, they're smarter than you. I know that bothers you, but yeah, they're smarter than you. You have to shut the fuck up and listen to them. If Robert Garcia, who knows more about this sport than any of you, than any of us, and he says it's a good thing, I would feel so inclined to listen. What, he's going to walk all his young guys into this deal so they could get jerked? No, he wants what's best for them. He's been managing them up until this point. And if he says that it's good for them, I believe him. He knows more about it than I do. I already thought that, in fairness, because while I'm not the smartest in the world, I am smarter than many of you. And I already knew it was a good thing because of who they're going after. a lot of fighters, a lot of club fighters, a lot of young fighters, they start off making nothing because you look at Shakur and you start thinking that that's the model for boxing, or you look at Keyshawn and you start thinking that's the model for boxing, that out of the amateurs into the pros, you're going to get a big contract. No, homie, those are the lucky ones because they had decorated amateur careers. There are a lot of boxers that had no amateur career, or maybe they had amateur career, but they didn't make it to the Olympics, right? So they're not all getting these big contracts. Most of them, the majority of them, are not getting these big contracts. And the fighters in the club circuit, those guys are getting next to nothing. Few $1,000s at a time, and that's if they're lucky. Sometimes that's if they even sell their tickets. That's the reality of boxing. So for a lot of those fighters, Zuffa's a godsend. It's a godsend, you know? But you can't talk to guys like that. You can't talk to them. They won't listen, you know? They'll get mad at you for knowing things that they don't know. That's the way it is. You know? It's the way it's always been. Over to you, Drew.
I can echo your sentiments. You just said it better than I could because you're smarter than everybody, and you're a Capricorn.
I am. That is true. Undefeated, I'm smarter than you.
You out your
No, but
mind.
I'm just laughing, Jules. That in any viable, I don't know what world these guys live in where working hard is what you're supposed to do in any profession. These Jews just don't have.
Yeah,
It goes back to what you said. They don't got fathers. That's why they are the way
I
they
would
are.
I would also say cuz I don't I'm going to say this. Maybe this makes me a bad person. Maybe. But when I think of that situation, I don't think of myself in the role of the fighter. I think of myself in the role of the guy running the business. So if you automatically think of yourself as being in a position of weakness, that explains a lot. When you think about these situations, you always put yourself in the role of the person who is at the mercy of someone else because that is how you feel. I don't think of myself as being in the role of the fighter who needs to get paid. I think of myself as the role of the person delegating the business. That if I were Dana, what would I do? If I were this person, what would I do? Because that is the situation as it is. You're trying to figure out a good way to run a business in the sport of boxing. Well, it can't be caving to whatever the fighters want because that clearly hasn't been working. We see that. They get you
Yep.
the opportunity to box on pay per view even though a lot of you don't belong there, but they do it anyway to try to give you that chance to get some extra money, and you're not good for it. It's not complicated. If
Yeah,
you
but
were, go ahead.
I was gonna say like overpaying fight because that's what they're doing in a lot of cases. They're overpaying these motherfuckers, right?
Absolutely.
It's not
Absolutely.
based on merit. They can't point at anything. Ticket sales, butts and seats, pay per view, anything to justify what they're paying a lot of these guys. It's just facts are facts. But it's actually not pro fighter. Like, oh, I'm about the fighter to advocate for that because when you're looking at the sport of boxing, you're talking about thousands of fighters that are out there, right? If you have a budget, I'll just make up a number. Let's say the budget is 90 million in a year, right?
Hmm.
And you give all that money to like 11 dudes, then you're fucking over all the other thousands of fighters that they don't get paid anything. They just stay at home like the fighters Robert Garcia has making nothing, right? I would rather a bunch of dudes make six figures, right, than just a couple of dudes make millions that you can't even explain. Like it doesn't even make any sense. But that's the mentality, though, that it's not just these dumb fans. I mean, Paulie Malignaggi has that stupid mentality. Like he
Yeah.
thinks Jai should have been making millions, but he can't explain why. He
And he
doesn't have
wasn't,
any.
and and the thing is that in a, I wouldn't call it ideal. Like what you want is a fairy tale for because you said it better than a lot of people I heard. Nobody asked that. Why is Jai supposed to be making more? Only one person I heard ask that question, but that's the question you need to ask. Paulie, if you think he should be making more, why? They did his shows in Australia. They didn't sell. So why should he be making more? And if he should be making more, at whose expense is it supposed to be? Because the money has to come from somewhere. You think he should be getting more than what he got. Okay, who's it supposed to come from? The money fairy that comes around and sprinkles money over everybody? The money fairy. They don't live in the fighters. That's why over time I've stopped listening to the perspective of the fighter, because it seems to me that, oh, well, you just always wanted to work out where you get more money. Yeah, I think we all would like that, but that's not
Sure.
reality. Money has to come from somewhere. And I look at the promoters, and it's not that the promoters are always the good guys. It's that they're the ones that are responsible for you even having a career. Yeah, if they don't make that investment, you don't box on ESPN. You don't box on the zone without their investment. That's what launches your career. The way the fighters sort of think when I see them, oh, what, you thought this was going to happen anyway? You were always, because you're just the shit, and they're all like that. You know, a lot of male fighters I'm talking about, but they're all like that. Yeah, you're all really self-absorbed, entitled, and yeah, fuck that shit. A lot of y'all are overpaid. It's driving the cost of everything up, and it needs to stop. Yeah, it needs to stop.
Yep.
You know, so I see what Zuffa's trying to do. Um, and I was thinking about this the other day. Give me Ivan Barenchik versus Jose Zepeda any old day of the fucking week over your Devin Haney and his elitism, over your Shakur and his jab.
And
Oh my God, his jab.
And that
it,
Zuffa card's freaking good. Like that main card, that's a badass card.
It's a good card. Go ahead, D Styles.
yeah, for sure.
No, go ahead, D
No,
Styles.
like I lost my train of thought. It'll come to me. I was
You
eating
know,
chips
but
here.
yeah, because the thing is that I think that there's a lot of snobbery, especially in this market, where it just dawned on me the other day that, you know, Mickey Ward had 11 losses before he fought Gaddy for the first time. Gaddy had 5. They were not perfect. They were not pound for pound. They'd been beaten plenty of times, but together they put together an amazing fight that people still talk about to this day, proving that, yeah, a lot of these bells and whistles that people are hung up on, like the unbeaten record and whether or not you pick, yeah, that's, we're really not here for that. That's the side stuff. That's the side stuff. That's the appetizer. The
Well,
main thing we're here for is the
yeah,
fights.
we're here for the fights. It came to me. So I think what a lot of boxing fans don't understand is this. So, and I kind of saw this coming with ESPN and Top Rank. So when you look at the ratings for boxing versus just a regular one, just a regular baseball game, just a regular season baseball game with the Texas Rangers versus the Bruins or whatever, right? Like the
Hmm.
numbers are not that different. Yet in that boxing event, they could be paying Shakur Stevenson $4 million or whatever for that one event, right? They're spending all this money for it to do similar ratings to like a regular baseball game, or some softball game, or some just it doesn't get the type of numbers that you can say, okay, this justifies paying this one person this much money for this one event. And that's why we don't have boxing on ESPN anymore. That model wasn't
Absolutely.
working. They were paying these dudes way too much. And what happens? What are the consequences of that? Well, the consequences is now we don't have boxing on ESPN,
Yeah.
right? So like there are
Inflation, bro.
consequences to these things.
Floyd said it in 20, I want to say 2016, 2017. You know, you could like Floyd, you could not like Floyd, but he told the truth. These fighters are getting paid too much. He said that. Money Mayweather said that. These fighters are getting paid too much. It's inflation. They're getting paid to get out there and do a half-assed job. And if you critique the job that they're doing, they get fucking mad at you. But you're disappointing the audience. You're not satisfying the broadcast partner. You're not delivering numbers to this platform for the money that they're kicking out. You're coming up short. And I believe that if you can keep operational costs down, boxing can come back to the mainstream. But so long as fighters want to be paid in excess of what they're worth, it's never going to work. It's impossible. It is impossible. You want a network to kick out this amount of money for this fighter at a time for these numbers? No, it's never going to work. And I appraise fighters what I believe they should be paid versus what they deliver. Devin Haney, I think at the most you're $1 million fighter at the most, and that
At
I feel
best.
like I feel like I'm being generous when I say that. But yeah, at the most, Teofimo, you're not far off. Shakur, maybe you're a little better because you sell some tickets. So let's call you 1.5 to 2 because you do seem to sell well in Newark, New Jersey, and your fight with Teofimo at MSG is doing fairly well. But that they're getting more than that. They're getting 3 and 4 and 5 and 7. It's like you can't operate a business like this. The only way we can get you to do the job is if we operate at a net negative. That's the only. Then we may as well not do the fight. And the only guy who can afford to put them together is a guy with so much. Of course, Turkey can fuck off a few million, but that's not a business, though. That's just him being a fucking maniac or a boxing fan or whatever the fuck he's really doing.
Sugar
Like,
daddy.
yeah, he overpays, right? Like, he overpays for everything, but him overpaying is not the business. We see that with Virgil, that you guys are looking for the number that Turkey initially put up, and it's gone. It's gone. So now you got to do this at market value, and oh, well, you don't want to. Oh, okay, then don't do it. Then we're not gonna die because you didn't fight Boots. You know, we're
Look,
gonna be
look.
okay.
Sometimes I watch like UFC and stuff. Like when my brother's like a UFC fan, right? Sometimes I'll go to his house and watch it, right? And his friends go over. You know what they don't ever bring up and don't talk about ever? They just don't talk about it. Is the money that the fighters make. They don't talk about it. It's not a topic. It's not like, oh man, I hope these guys are getting paid. Like they don't bring that up, bro. They just want to watch
It's
fights.
just a
And that's it.
byproduct. It's a by, and I hate to go to this because it feels like I do it nightly. But when you talk about people spending this amount of time on fighter purses, it's absolutely 1,000% a byproduct of the Mayweather era because I can remember every other era before it. We didn't talk about Chavez's purse. We didn't talk about Tyson's purse. We
No,
didn't talk about Oscars. We didn't talk about Roy's. All this purse shit, like, oh, he's making so much money. This doesn't become a thing until the Mayweather era because of the money made persona. Suddenly you had guys in the streets all worried about how much is he making from the hot dog water? How much is he making from the popcorn sales? How much is he making at the concession stand and the t-shirt? Because they was living through him. They was living vicariously through his success. They heard Floyd is making all this money, and they wanted to live through that. So that's when this really becomes a thing, this obsession with fighter purses. And
So
and
I don't want to.
this obsession with trying to be a business guy too, because they be wanting to be business guys.
So,
You
so,
know?
so
in
not,
essence,
not to disagree. I mean, it's a slight disagreement, but so purses and gate numbers and revenue has always been like a part of prize fighting, like boxing. However, it was more based on merit historically, right? So when they brought up the first $1 million gate, well, that's just to show this how much of a draw Jack Dempsey was, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it showed. Okay, look at the freaking stadium. He packed it. Like that was like the way of revenue back
Oh
then.
yeah, and when Chavez fought Haugen, the amount of people were over
Right.
100,000 or 130 or whatever it was, right? Yeah, but there was a precedent because that was unprecedented, right? So it's not like
True.
people are spending all this fucking time worrying about, I wonder what Chavez has in his bank account. I wonder how much money did these. We literally just sat around talking about boxing. I swear to God, at every barbershop and every corner. We just talked the fight. Literally, we just talked about the fighting part of it. Like, nah, cause he do this shit. You know what I'm saying? He do this shit, right? You didn't have guys know because his stock options. No, because
So-
what?
Nobody gave a fuck about that.
Well,
Like,
well,
so
dude,
so in
No, the
essence, it's not a
same.
good-
Wait,
Well,
wait.
look,
and-
Country. Let me do country go virtuoso. Then back to D Styles.
So in essence, it's not exactly a good thing to be talking about it, I guess. I heard somebody else take somebody else had, and they were like going off about how the money that the boxers make is not relevant. Why do you talk about it? That sort of thing. Does it interfere with the sport and reviewing the sport and everything? Because it seems to come up obviously in tons of conversations that we all have.
Mhm.
But I mean, is that a bad thing? And is it interfering with us enjoying the sport more?
No, see, I would say that I would say personally, okay, I can only speak for myself. The reason it comes up is because I talk about boxing a lot. I literally talk about it every single day. So I follow it very closely, more close than most hardcores. So if I'm analyzing every aspect of the sport, for example, if I say that Clarissa Shields cannot afford Michaela Mayer, I cannot address that without talking about the money. There's context. I don't care what Clarissa makes. I don't care what her opponents make, but it's relevant to the conversation because that tells you how likely the fight is or is not likely to happen. There's context. You see what I mean? Whereas with Floyd, we're not sitting around praising that Floyd makes this. Who is that?
No idea. Fire engine in the background.
Somebody's chewing on fucking walnuts. Thinks I want to hear it. We're not sitting around worrying about what Floyd makes or worrying about what this person makes. There's context to it. Virtuoso, go ahead.
Yeah, what I was about to say is like fans don't think about. Well, it's funny that D-Stop brought up, a baseball reference because like, the fans are talking about a hard salary cap, because of the Dodgers are overspending, and
Yeah,
and it got me thinking, fans they sports fans, general sports fans, they do talk about the money because it's an inescapable reality. Players
sort
want more
of.
money, so we end up talking about it. So it got me thinking that these fans, especially boxing fans, they don't think of these shows as each show as having a salary cap. Once you go over, then the show is gonna be in the red.
Yeah.
You work under it, you have more flexibility. But they don't think about that.
Look, when I was a baseball fan, the Yankees got that Japanese pitcher Hideyuki Matsui. And the only reason that any of us in the streets were talking about what they paid for the guy was because we're talking about how they overpaid. Like, yeah, they shouldn't have spent that for that motherfucker, right? We weren't sitting around alabándolo because he made all this money because he got this huge contract. No, we weren't like what people do with Floyd. Floyd got money. You say he got well money. Like
Yeah,
you a fucking dick. You a dick, fam. So I know that if Floyd told you to suck his dick, you would fucking do it, man. Because look at how you sound. You all open off of his money. The only reason we was talking about Hideyuki Matsui's money was because they paid too much for this guy. He's not worth it. That was the point. Y'all paid this, and this what y'all got. It wasn't worth it. That was it. We're sitting around praising him for making the money, and that's where the context comes in. Back over to D Styles.
Look, all I want, because the difference between boxing and other sports is that other sports, for the most part, it's merit based and it's based on market value, right? Like that's just. And when you talk money, like if I'm looking at my Buffalo Bills, yes, I'm a Buffalo Bills fan.
Don't
And
meet a
I'm
lot of
looking at,
those.
like, if I'm looking at their salary cap and I see a player, right, and I'm like, why are you going to pay that dude that much? That's going to fuck up our salary cap. We need more players on defense, whatever it is. Like, it still has something to do with the sport. Like, you know what I mean? That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
But that's all I want. Look, for many years, Tom Brady was not, even though he was the best by as many Super Bowls as he was not the highest paid quarterback in the league. But nobody like cared like that. Like it wasn't like wall to wall like people fans being like, "Oh man, I can't believe Tom Brady. Why isn't he making more? He's the best player. He has more Super Bowls. Well, why? Because Tom Brady was fine because he wanted more players in his team so he could try to win more Super Bowls. Some dudes took pay cuts to go play with Tom Brady.
yeah.
Like it just is
Michael
what it is.
Jordan was not the highest paid player, even though he was the best athlete. He was not the highest paid player.
There you go.
Mm.
And did people care that Michael Jordan didn't care because he had endorsements? Like, you know what I mean? Like it just was what it was. But that's all I want for boxing. And boxing, it's so far out. Like Devin Haney from the as soon as Matchroom picked him up, he was like, this dude was so overpaid. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I don't know if Eddie thought he had the next Mayweather. I don't know what he thought he had. Right?
Yes, but no, he did because that was the word on the street in America. Like you remember, because it wasn't that long ago that Devin was going to be the next Floyd. And bro, the amount of time that Devin spends sucking fucking Floyd's dick with all the Floydisms, yeah, Eddie
Yo,
probably thought, yo, I got the next Floyd.
real quick, D style. Now that you brought up that fact, don't you think that's the reason why the WBC slapped the interim title a week, like 2 weeks after Loma won the vacant one?
I mean, I can't get in the head of Mauricio Suleiman, but everything
I mean,
Mauricio
come on.
Suleiman is for the pockets of Mauricio Suleiman.
Yeah, I mean,
If Haney is overpaid, there's your reason. I'm like, that make no sense. Like,
Yeah,
yo,
yeah,
you just gave a, you know what I mean?
No,
Yeah,
no, no.
yeah.
I see what you mean, but I wouldn't frame it that way because the reality is Devin was climbing up those ranks. He did fight Zaur Abdullayev in a final eliminator that they ordered. They ordered that, right? So
Hmm.
this thing with them and Loma, it wasn't really about them trying to get in his pocket, not necessarily so much as double
I see his
dipping.
point though. He was double dipping, right, Mauricio? I
No, no,
mean,
he was
that's.
double dipping. But it's always about double
But
dipping to them.
if Eddie wasn't paying him that though, I guess his point is like, what would he been double dipping to that degree? Like, would
Bro,
he have
they
done the
doubled.
Yes,
They
because
franchise?
the fucking
listen.
franchise belt came after that.
You know why they would have been double dipping. Here's an example. You got an Argentine in Mirko Coelho. This guy's not worth
Yeah,
fucking two fucking nickels in America. He's not worth nothing. But he's got an interim title. Double dipping. Then you have Brandon Figueroa ranked at number one. Apparently, he's the fucking mandatory, even though Mirko's got the interim. Double dipping. Then you have Nick Ball, who has the real title, and you're also getting sanctioning fees from him. Triple dipping. Whether the guy's worth a lot
yeah.
or the guy's worth a little, they're going to double dip as much as possible. They're going to double, triple dip, quadruple dip if they can, you know? So I wouldn't frame it that they did that specifically to get in his pocket so much as you want to be in everybody's pocket. You want to be in Loma's pocket, you want to be in Devin's pocket. You want to give Javante a belt if you could give him. You give anybody a fucking belt. You gave
Yeah,
Mario
Yeah.
Barrios a belt.
the problem with like what they did with Devin Haney, right? Like overpaying him that way. The problem with that, it creates dissent with other fighters, right? So Tio was obviously feeling some type of way because he's over here. He fought Lomachenko, beat Lomachenko. He wasn't getting paid what Haney was getting paid, right? To fight basically dudes nowhere near
Yes.
Lomachenko's level. And he was nowhere near. He was in a. None of them are, but Haney was not like this big draw to really justify that. And if it wasn't for that, I don't even think Tio does that whole move with children and all that. I just don't think he does that. You know what I mean?
No, no, you're
Um,
right. That To was coveting. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Like he was coveting not just Devin either, but also Terrence and also Shakur. That's where the shots constantly come from. That yeah, Devin was getting money, and he was definitely coveting Devin. But also, you're on the same side of the street as Terrence Crawford, and you see that they're spending all this money on Crawford, and you're in those offices. You hear what Bob is saying.
yeah,
I could have built all these houses in Beverly Hills for the
that
money
was
I
like,
wasted. Right? So you're thinking to yourself, here I am. I fight in the big fight. I beat Lomachenko and I just get a little over a million or I get two. Yeah, there's coveting. But if it were merit based, the point that you're making, which I absolutely agree with, if it were all merit based on what you generate and what you are actually good for, a lot of those situations wouldn't happen. You wouldn't be jealous because you're just getting what you generate and he's just getting what he generates. But a lot of these guys are getting well in excess of what they're actually worth. And that's the only way to get them to do anything now. Like, yeah, you got to pay them
yeah,
more
yeah. But
than they're worth.
that's part of the problem, though. Fighters see what other fighters are getting, so they start making demands. It becomes like a they basically stifled the market.
That's
You know
what
what I mean? Like
happened with Constance Marie and George Lopez on the George Lopez show. That's what happened. She,
mm.
she wanted equal pay with George. Like,
Look,
are
like
you
Who are you?
nuts?
every job I've had, right? They've always told everybody, don't talk about politics, religion, or your pay. They never talk
Yep.
about that at the
Yep,
workplace, no matter what.
that
And
is
your pay
true.
is the worst one. Never bring that one up for sure, right? Why? Because someone making 50 grand a year could be happy, right? But the moment they find out that Lisa or John are making 80,000, right? All of a sudden they're feeling some type of way about it. You know what I mean? So
No, yeah,
imagine
that
like
that
being a boxer and seeing your peers not merit based making double or triple what you're making.
I got to a job. I was young. I got to a job and I talked my pay up to $15 an hour because I had experience where the going rate for what the people were getting was somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 or 11. Somehow it got out. I was of that same. I'm not going to tell you what I get because why would I? For what?
Yeah, either you're
But
gonna get mad or they're gonna get mad.
yep. It didn't get out because of me, but it got out. And yeah, people got mad. It's like, well, look, if you don't ask for it, you don't get it. Squeaky wheel gets the grease, motherfucker. If you don't think you worth it, I guess you're not. But I am. So, but you don't talk about it. And I just think that boxing needs to go back to I'm sorry, but it needs to go back to being hard on the fighters because these fighters don't want to work, and that's the truth. They don't want to work. Nobody's really hard on them. They
Yeah,
act like shit is hard on that. They don't want to work. They don't want to fight each other.
Dawn was hard on them niggas too, right?
Yeah.
Dawn was
But
hard on their ass.
look at the scale of the shows and the people that Don would draw out with his events. It was a gala spectacle. Boxing don't feel like a gala spectacle now. Not unless we watching British fighters. When we watching British fighters, yeah, because you fucking Wembley out, everybody got the phones out, fucking Ed Sheeran is in the audience. He got red fucking hair. He dresses like he works at fucking Target. Right? Yeah, that's a gala spectacle. Nothing in America feels like a gala spectacle. Nothing. Nothing draws nothing unless it's Canelo. Canelo does well, but Canelo's already over 60 fights in. He's over 20 years as a boxer, in his mid-30s. He can't do this forever, so we can't keep turning to him. If you look at all these other guys, there is no gala spectacle, right? And these are the guys who are literally getting more than their predecessors that were putting on bigger fights. They were putting
Like
on bigger fights back then that were better. But they weren't getting what you guys are getting. So why the fuck are you getting that? It's
if
gotta
uh if
stop.
we're being if we're being honest, we got the card next week, the Tail and Shakur fight. If I'm Turkey, I don't know how much he paid those guys. I'm pretty sure he paid them a lot. I'm giving the whole card 6 million. 1.5 for Shakur, 1.5 for Tail, and the rest of the card, y'all gotta work it out. How what's
Te lo
what are
voy-
you supposed what are you
Bro,
supposed to pay Shushu Carrington, bro?
this is what I was gonna say. If it's me and I'm looking at what should the guy get? It's not hate, brother. It's business. I don't think you more than a $200,000-300,000 fighter, Shushu. You don't have a belt yet. Why?
Nope.
What? Carlos, you get $500,000, bro. I don't even like you, but you have a belt, so I'll give you $500,000 for you and that belt that no one on earth cares about in this division that no one on earth cares about. And who are you fighting? The schizophrenic dude that was beating his hands up during COVID? Yeah, you get $150,000. That's what you get. You get
Big
150 and a bag of pretzels.
Thank you.
big baby, you getting 80,000, bro.
In a jar of mustard.
Well, I would say that the heavyweights, because for those that don't know, that the pay scale goes up based on the division. So for the heavyweight, okay, Big Gravy, you get $200,000. $200,000. I'll give you, yeah,
150, 150,
all right,
150, bro.
175.
160.
And then you got some Arab guy on there. Okay, you get free passes to the Natural History Museum. You get that,
You're so fucked up.
okay?
Was it? Who was it? Who was the guy that was going to get like 200 or 300 grand to fight Boots? And like Twitter was like mocking them, like making fun of them because they're only going to fight for that amount. So was it Blair the
Was
Flair?
it
Or something like that?
Evanesian? Oh, Blair the Flair. Yeah, it was Blair the Flair. Flair the
Or
Blair.
it was him. He was the one saying, oh, "I'm not going to fight him for that. That's nothing." I don't know where these fighters are getting off that $500,000 or like three
No,
figure,
it's not. It's,
6 figure paydays.
the thing is, no, and think about it. That since then, Flair the Blair hasn't even fought. You cannot. The fighters don't want to hear this, and some of the fans. The fighters are expendable. I'm sorry. They are easy to replace. There will always be someone else. If Flair the Blair didn't want to fight, right? Guess what? Somebody else did. David
Yeah.
Avanesian fought. Then Karen Chukadzian fought. Then Stanionis fought. If you don't want to fight, the earth is not going to stop spinning. Boxing will not cease. So if
No,
you
but
really you don't want to fight Flair the Blair, don't fight. Go on,
who was
go
the
do
dude though?
nothing.
Who's the
The
one with
flip
like that
side.
was like saying he was suicidal or something? He said it after the fight. You know what I'm talking about?
It was
The
Danny Garcia?
welterweight? No, it was a white dude.
Oh, why?
Tyson Fury?
Right.
The cowboy?
Yeah. The white dude
Yeah,
from welterweight. I can't remember his name for some reason,
the
but
Rowdy.
yeah,
Cody
yes, him.
Crowley? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. I think he was like
Oh,
reported he was going to make like 300,000. I just like, and all these boxing fans were on Twitter like making fun of him, like, oh man, imagine only making 300,000.
No,
Like
and they're
just
going to work and they're making an annual 33,000.
Well, the flip
flipping
side,
burgers and
the
shit.
flip side, the
Takes
flip side
takes
of
him
the flip
10 years to
side of
do that.
the flip side of Tom and
Dude, you'd
Crowley's
have to.
mistake though is by not taking that money. If they would have took that money and fought, it more than likely would have brought them more fights. And then
Who
they
Yeah,
who
didn't
was
because
the
take it.
it
So,
goes back to the same thing, country. Danny Jacobs opened doors for himself by putting on a spirited performance where he lost, but he fought hard. He worked hard. That's what opened all the doors. If you would have went in there and shat the bed and you just don't fight with no heart, yeah, you wouldn't have got nothing after that. It's because you fought your ass off that people say we
Hmm.
need more of him on television. We need more of this guy on television. And Cody's the same shit. You don't want to be real with yourself. You are not worth more than they're offering you. You're not. Now, you turned down that money. Tell me, since you turned it down, did you make that somewhere else? Did somebody else offer you more? No.
No.
You don't want to work. And there's a lot of guys like you that they don't want to work. Blair the Flair.
Uh,
You don't want to work.
I'm gonna tell you right now. You know that manager Marisian, right, of Virgil Ortiz.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Look, all I know is this, man. That if the only one that could give that dude and Virgil what they're asking for or demanding is Turkey. That's it. He's the only one that could
Yeah.
do it, right?
Yeah.
Um, so I do wonder if like one of the reasons Turkey's not offering it is because of that, right? Because if he gives it to them, he's not going to shut up about like I see. I told you guys. I told you we were worth this amount of money. I told you I was looking out for
I
my
don't want
fighter, but
them
you
to get it,
guys,
D Styles. I don't want them to get it.
yeah,
I
that's going to
rather not.
enable that behavior. That's what's going to happen.
I rather they don't get the fight so it stops. No,
Yep.
you can't do this. You can't keep
It's an
doing this.
ego check.
That the only way to get you and your fighter to do anything is to literally pay you more than you're worth. And God forbid that they cave and they do it, you're going to keep doing this shit with every fucking fight. You're going to keep doing this shit. And
yep.
fighters are going to see you doing it and
Yep.
they're going to do. No, I need 10 million. No, it's already happening. Look at the Schofields. They got offered 2 million for Abdullah Mason. Now they're asking for 10. These
wow.
guys don't even have a belt.
Delusional.
So it has to stop that. You know what? What we need to do, you don't want to fight Floyd Schofield. Awesome. Don't fight. Starve.
That's
Go to college.
basically he's
Go
trying
to
to hold
college.
the sport ransom, right? He's holding it the fight rants for ransom, and the reality is, look, I want the fight. I really do want to see Virgil versus Boots. I think it's a great fight, but I mean, there's just it doesn't seem to me like that manager wants it.
No,
Like
no, no.
you know,
And I always go back to Fabio. Fabio's a hero of mine. This guy has no amateur background. He has less of an amateur background than Virgil. He's got white collar fights. He came up in the semi pro circuit. Didn't even have a bunch of fights there. He took on a fucking Team GB Olympian 2 times. Pretty sure he didn't get 10 million to do it. But he did it because he's a fighting man. That's where it's different. These guys in America, they're not fighting men. I'll just say y'all are boxers, but y'all not fighting men. No, you're not. Because that's what a fighting man to do. I'm gonna beat him. And when I beat him, I'll get more money. And when they put the next guy in front of me, I'm going to beat him. And I'm going to get more money. And I'm going to beat all because that's what I do. That's my job. It just feels like the mentality is different that dog, I got to fight and I got to win. That's what I got to do.
yeah,
You guys negotiate as if you're scared to lose. That's how y'all negotiate. Like, if I'm going to lose, then I got to get 10 million. If I'm going to lose, you don't negotiate like, nah, I'll fuck him up. When Holyfield, the famous story, when Holyfield was negotiating the Tyson fight, it took like days to do it. Holyfield said, you know what? I'm going to beat him and I will make more in the rematch. Yo, who's
No,
doing all that?
Jules, that story is a little. It was actually his lawyer was the one that convinced Evander to take the original fight because Evander was ready to walk away because they weren't meeting what he wanted. And the lawyer who was negotiating it for him said, Evander, take the fight, kick his ass, and then when we do the second one, you'll get a lot more. And that's what happened.
Yeah, but he accepted that. You can't get these guys to
Yeah,
do
but
that.
it was only because the lawyer convinced him to do it, not because he said, okay, fuck it, I'm going to take it.
Bro, at the end of the day, he accepted it. The point I'm making, these kids would never accept that. That's why we don't have
Oh,
a fight.
no.
That's why we don't have a fight. You literally have a dude who has yet to fight for a title, literally has yet to fight for a title, asking for 10 million. 10 million. You beat a dude coming off of 3 losses and you think you arrived that you could ask for 10 million. The fucking nerve of you. I would honestly feel better if you never boxed again. If they let you starve like 10 million. Check out the ego on this fucking clown. Yeah, we're not gonna use you, bro. You need to go to DeVry. You may need to find a different profession because we're not gonna use you. The fucking nerve of you. 10 million? What the fuck you think this is?
Go learn
Yeah,
programming.
yeah, these guys are not fighters. I remember Kell Brook. They offered him they needed him. They needed somebody to fight Golovkin. He went from welter to 160 and
Right?
gave a
Did he
good performance.
and fought his ass? I don't and I'm not advocating that you break your eye, but it's just the reality of things that well, you guys negotiate like you lost already. That's how y'all negotiate. You negotiate like you're scared. You don't negotiate like you believe you can win because if you believe you can win, okay, this represents a career high purse for you. Floyd Schofield, don't lie to me. You never made $2 million. Are you fucking joking? Oscar didn't pay you $2 million for nobody that you fought on Golden Boy. They offered you that for Abdullah Mason. You didn't want to do it because you're scared. And you're scared of everybody. You're fucking scared of Lamont Roach now that you might have to fight him. Oh, we want to fight Lucas Body because Netflix, because MVP. Okay, bro. If we leave it to you, you will always bitch out. That's the truth. That's why you can't let an entry level employee at McDonald's decide what they're gonna get paid. What the fuck do you think they're gonna say? Yeah, I should get $10,000 an hour. Yeah,
yo, Jules, the funny thing is, I read an article a couple months ago where a lot of these companies that are like, pretty well known companies, they were interviewing motherfuckers that are like from the younger millennials slash Gen Z generation. And a lot of these dudes were saying, yeah, we're not hiring these motherfuckers because they come into the interviews with an entitlement that is crazy. Like they're talking about, oh well, since this is gonna be my first job, I should be getting paid $60,000 a year. And the people who are doing the hiring are like, are you fucking serious? You've never had a job. What you talking about? You gonna walk in here making $60,000 a year? No, sir. If we offer
I
you the
heard
job, you're getting
I
40
saw
grand.
I saw a stat the other day, Ignacio. Shit you not. It correlates with what you just said. I saw a stat the other day that there's an uptick in the hiring of 40-year-olds for that reason. They're
Yeah.
hiring older because the younger kids not only do they not want to work, they're very entitled. And I saw a statistic the other day that said that yeah, they're hiring 40-year-olds now more. They're hiring more of them because they don't want to hire the younger kids, the younger generation. They're too entitled. It's like, yeah, it makes perfect fucking sense. These kids, especially here, talking about the United States, they don't want to work. No, you don't want to work. You don't want, and I believe, okay, then don't work, starve. Yeah, fuck it.
Yep.
Don't box, Floyd. Don't box. What you think gonna happen if you don't box? The earth gonna stop spinning? The sun gonna stop shining? Don't box.
Yeah,
Go to Job Corps. Go to Job Corps.
we need to depend on Zulfa more and less on Turkey, because Turkey, you're unraveling these fighters, bro. Which we like the fights, don't get me wrong, but you're overpaying these guys.
I just don't want him to pay the Americans, to be honest. I would be okay with him overpaying the Brits and the Japanese and the Mexicans, but I don't want him overpaying the
Yeah,
Americans. I don't believe that Teofimo deserves that money. I don't
or
believe that
Shakur.
Shakur does. I don't. I'm sorry.
Devin, fuck Devin, man. Hell no.
I could go the rest of my life without seeing a Devin Haney fight again. Yeah, I'm sorry. The Brits give me entertainment value. It's just the truth. That's why I believe that those guys deserve a little something. Yeah, because they're willing to fight. Isn't that the point? They're willing to
We were
fight.
we,
If if
we
if,
were
if
talking.
Turkey weren't here, remember, Turkey didn't make Wortley versus Gorman. Turkey didn't make Wortley versus Clark. He didn't make that. He didn't make Wortley versus Adelier. Wortley just decided to do like, yeah, I'm gonna fight. The fuck? That's what I do. I fight. You didn't even need Turkey for that.
Well, part of the entertainment and the value that they give you also is the fans that come out to support their fighters in those other countries because they really put energy and support into it and show it. And that makes it more exciting when they're there putting all that energy in and the fight's going on and it's really good, you know? So, yeah, I mean, that doesn't happen here, you know?
We
No,
were
but it's
talking
not
about
going
it
to.
this weekend.
Good.
No, we
Good.
were talking about it this weekend how the arena was empty, and you said wait for the next fight, Warrington versus I forgot who he's fighting, but like that shit's
Warrington
gonna be
versus Wood.
packed.
That shit is it's
Yeah,
gonna be thick in there. It's gonna be thick in there. Like I said, wait for Warrington versus Wood, and it's gonna be night and day. That you'll look. The Americans that talk about Josh Warrington and Lee Wood. Oh, them dudes ain't. Brody, all I know is they sell more tickets than your fucking guy. Whoever the fuck it is over here that you like, them dudes sell. They sell, and it's a business. It's a business. Them dudes, they want to see them fight. Does it fucking matter if they're not perfect? That they're perfect? No, it doesn't matter. The pound for none of that shit matters. They sell tickets. Y'all motherfucking business guys should understand that. They have something that we have lost, and that is they have excitement. They
Yep.
have excitement. We don't have that anymore because everything is a fucking trip to the dentist. Oh, fucking Floyd Schofield don't want to fight Rhodes. Oh, he don't want to fight Mason. Oh, Keyshawn, I'm not staying at 140. Oh, Devin want to fight Manny. Yo, Devin. My God, Devin, who the fuck do you think wants to see you fight a guy that's damn near 50? You fight like you damn near 50. Who the fuck wants to see you fight who, bro?
Well,
These guys is lining
Nobody.
up to fight an old man. And it's like, yo, and you think that we don't know why you doing that. So what are we all fucking morons, bro? There's no excitement over here. Y'all took the excitement out of boxing. Y'all took it away. Fucking Zayas, he came up on fucking Fundora. His sister says no. Like,
no
bro,
face off.
it's to a face off. It's not like she's like, hey, let's fucking like let's start talking shit to promote the fight. No, it's just a face off. Just a face off. Get your tall
and
ass out of
you
here,
you
bitch.
let your sister say no, and you just no. I'm sorry, I can't go. I'm facing because you know how you
Turning the
talk.
radio and shit. turn, turn it to radio. What that nigga
Standing,
did?
standing there looking like Rain Man. Yeah, yeah. What my sister said. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Gabby, stop.
You big giraffe
Fuckers in,
motherfucker.
fuckers in. Come in. He got all the fucking moose in his hair. He trying to slide through Gabby. Stop. Like, yo, and you really gonna let her do? You gonna let her do that? You don't. The other thing is that a lot of there's no pride no more. That would have been yo, motherfuckers would have clowned your ass. Yo, you really let your sister handle that for you, bro? You couldn't face that Porter Rock? Why not? The fuck are you scared? Right? But now there's no dignity in nothing that yo, you really let that happen. And who you about to fight, Sebastian? After all these months of fucking shit, piss, and skid marks, who are you about to fight? Keith
Motor
Thurman.
Kingpin.
The guy who had to
Wow.
stand on a chair to face off with you.
And you not ashamed of yourself? You like
Oh,
you go to sleep? Yo, that's crazy.
a
And
There's
fucking
and
a
they just let it. They just let it. They just let it.
there's a champion looking for you to give you a shot, bro, and your ass is
home.
trying to fight somebody from 10 years ago that was relevant.
No, and if anybody else tried to fight you, if Bakram tries to fight you, you'll act like you don't hear him. If Boots tries to fight you, you'll act like you don't hear him. If Virgil did want to fight you, if he did, You'll act like you don't fucking hear him, but you hear Keith Thurman. You hear that.
Yeah.
Xander, no, I'm sorry, I can't fight you. I can't fuck you.
My sister, no.
My son.
Call, call, call me. Oh, yo.
Damn.
Oh my
Fucking,
right?
Oh shit!
Yo, and you not ashamed of yourself? And it's like, yo, the real shit is, no, he's not. No, I let my dad. I let my
No,
dad.
because he's a fucking nerd, Jules. Why would he be ashamed of himself?
oh, no.
But how the fuck are you gonna get the bitches and the pussy if you don't? It's big dick energy. Like, yeah, I'll fight you, Xander. Fuck you, Xander. Let's fucking rumble. And then you do the shit, and everybody gets excited, right? Look, Bernard Hopkins, right? I always think, yo, listen, I would never personally, just because I'm scared of Puerto Ricans. Yeah, fuck that shit. That motherfucker took a Puerto Rican flag, surrounded by fucking Puerto Ricans, and stepped on the shit. It's fucking hundreds of Puerto Ricans. That's a fighter, bro. Like, yo, that's how you sell a fight, high key. Like, you
Yo.
gave every
Yeah.
Puerto Rican a
And
reason
he
to
ran
watch.
for his fucking life.
That's right.
I know, but that was still, but yo, that was
That's
still
because
some
he knew
shit,
what was coming after he did it.
Yeah, no
right?
shit.
But you can't get a guy 6'5" at 154. My fifth, no, my fifth, no, I couldn't play you. No.
Because you're
Look,
talking about the participation trophy generation, Jules. Come on now.
Yeah.
the shit is wild, bro. And this is where it's at. Carlos Adames, I don't care if he's Dominican. I don't care if I'm Dominican. Here's reality. Yanni Beck was calling you out. We know for a fact Turkey put the money up to do the fight, and you didn't want to do it. But who you're fighting? Ammo fucking Williams this weekend? Ammo fucking? Are you? You and Yanni Beck going back and forth for like what, a year, 2 years on fucking social media. Turkey puts up the money. You don't want to fucking do it. You don't want to fucking do it. But you want to fight Ammo. And yeah, you're taking the excitement away from the sport. Like that, the American sector has no excitement. There's fighters up and down, there's fighters all over the place. But there's no excitement. I'm not excited about nothing y'all doing. The only American fighter that I do, when I think of him, I do think there's great, exciting fights, mostly because it doesn't involve Americans, is Richard Torres. That's the only one I'm like, nah, he could be in some good ass fights because most of the heavyweight division don't have no Americans in it. So you like,
Yo,
yeah, like we ain't gonna get all
I
that
would
bullshit.
I would love Torres versus Dubois, bro. I would love that
Oh,
fight.
there's so many. If you told me Torres versus Miller, Torres
Oh
versus
fuck.
Dubois, Torres versus Wardley. I don't do Torres versus Moses because I believe that could be your Moby Dick. If he gets built up right and you get built up right, that could be the super transatlantic fight, America versus the UK. And there's just
What a
so
mech.
much, right? There's so much smoke in that division. And the beauty is there's not a lot of Americans. So you're not gonna get this gay ass Schofield Mason bullshit, Boots, Ortiz. They're like, come on, dog. Come on. Y'all took all the excitement out this sport. The only way to get excited about boxing is to not watch Americans.
Yo.
Look, it's a Puerto Rican and a German fighting this weekend. That's the fight I'm excited about. Yeah, literally, yeah, that's the one I'm excited about. The one on Tubi. I'm not
Right.
The
excited about.
fool.
Look, Shakur gonna do what he do, and good on you, bro. Hey, that's fucking great. But we know that fight ain't gonna be exciting. We know that shit ain't not gonna be exciting. That's He's gonna be jab and feint, foot feint, jab. He's gonna look at Teofimo. He's gonna look at him. He's gonna look at him again. He's gonna move, jab. That's the fight, bro. That is the fight, bro. Okay, that's the
Hey,
fight.
hey, yo, Jules, MVP is doing a show in the UK in April. I read that somewhere.
Yeah, and they're saying the rumor is that it's gonna be Carolyn versus Terry. That's the rumor.
Wow.
She's gonna knock her out. She's gonna knock. And the
Oh
shit
yeah.
is, well, she better. I'm gonna say this, country. She better knock her because you talk too much. You talk a
Mm.
lot. You talk a lot of fucking shit. We know triangle theories don't work, but it's just anecdotally for the casuals. You think you ready for Alicia? That's the shit you saying. Alicia knocked her out, and that was
Uh,
years ago. She knocked her out. If you all that bullshit, you all Big Carolyn talking that
Wait,
shit, better knock out Terry.
weren't you saying she was going to fight that Turkish dame or something, or was that
No, I didn't
somebody
say
else?
she's going. No, that was somebody else. Nobody wants the Turk. Nobody wants the Golden Turk, bro. Nobody want that joint. Carolyn is fighting Terry. Stephanie might either run it back with Holly because I heard that. I don't think they should run it back because nobody
yeah.
wants that rematch. That was
I
not a good fight to watch.
do
No.
another night of Nick Nolte. Oh hell no.
yo, yo, but yeah,
Yeah.
or maybe Alicia moves up and fights her, because the shit is that there's just not a lot of reason. Like Alicia got a shit to get off the pot with this 130 shit. There's nobody there to fight. The last two girls you fought is not from 130. Layla's from 126. The girl before that was from 126. The Spaniard Miranda. You can't stay at 130 just to be fighting 126 pounders, man. It's been a long
Un-
time since he was in a big fight. You need to go to 35. That's where the big fights is at.
unfor-
You need to go to 35.
Unfortunately, Holly was very much looking her age that last fight, man,
Yeah,
which
she
was
looked
not
like
good.
looked like Gary Busey that night, bro.
Yeah, she was not looking good, dude.
Talk about buttered sausage. What's it doing? Why is it doing that buttered sausage? you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Um, and yeah, man, they did that. That's why you know, American boxing is kind of in the crapper. Another reason in the myriad of reasons is they took away the excitement. They really did take away what makes you wait for Saturday. You're like, yeah, y'all took that shit away. It ain't what it was. It ain't what it was. You know. And the only way to get it back is that air of spontaneity. Now that's why I said that Raymond Muratalla beating Andy Cruz was actually a good thing. Why? Because we didn't expect that. The fans didn't expect that. The bookies didn't expect that. I didn't expect that. It reminds you, nah, shit could happen. Shit that you don't think could happen, it could happen. And it makes you come back like, damn, Raymond did his fucking thing. I didn't think he was going to do that. Maybe I'll be wrong this weekend. I'm saying I got to tune in.
All right. Hey,
So
Drew, so we get Bach ramen them in the evening on Saturday.
No, we getting Bakram in the afternoon. We it's gonna be the lead in. That's gonna be the lead in for the other card. Like as that card is ending, then the prelims for Stevenson Lopez will begin. It's the lead in. So I'm
So
gonna be live
that's
like for
happening in the that's
listen, I'm
happening
gonna
in
be
the
live for
UK.
like shut the fuck up, man. I'm
I'm
like an
just asking you.
asshole.
I'm just asking if it's happening in the UK. That's all I
no
was
no
asking.
bro, yeah, no, it's happening in Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, bro.
Okay, that's fucking
right?
Now, what are the odds? You know how we're talking about how these fighters have so much say so that they don't want to fight, they want this much money. What are the odds that Turkey, well, actually that Dana with Zufa TKO, that they come over and take care of they take over boxing, right? And they implement that, either you fight or you sit on the shelf, because Dana would do that.
Dana absolutely would do that, and that's what needs to come back.
yeah.
See,
Yep.
they heard stories like, they heard what happened to Mikey, and I saw a lot of people sympathizing with Mikey because that was just how people viewed those situations, and I'm guilty of it too, without understanding that Bob wasn't the bad guy. Bob offered you fights. You said you wanted more money. Bob offered you fights. The fights weren't easy, but you want more money. Well, we're not going to give you more money for easy fights. We wanted you to fight Gamboa or Crawford. You didn't want to do that. Okay, well, we're not going to give you more money to fight layups. So you ended up sitting on the shelf because you didn't want the fights that we offered you. That doesn't make them the bad guy. You got to grow. I had to grow up and mature to realize they weren't the bad guys. If you want more money, fight better opponents and you'll get more money. You didn't want to do that. You sat on the shelf. You lost 3 years. Okay, that's your fault. And we need more of that. We need more fighters sitting out like, yeah, fuck you. If you don't want to work, don't work. Boxing don't stop for you. Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck? You got guys Inui. They made Inoue made you motherfucker. He made $16 million in endorsements. That's not
And
even his purses. He's a fucking super bantamweight,
That nigga made like
right?
15, 16 M's a fight.
Now, that's just endorsements. That's not his fights. And he fought 4 times. So what the fuck is your problem? He fought 4 times. What is your problem? What's all your problem? He doesn't have to fight 4 times. The fucking money he's making, he could have fought once. Like, all right, I'm going on holiday for the rest of the year. Fuck you. No, he fought 4 times, right? But he's a fighting guy. That's and the mentality is the difference, man. It's the mentality. That guy wants to do his job. It's difficult. It's dangerous. He's got the same job you've got, but he
No, it's
approaches
crazy.
it.
Anyway, will make in one fight what Shakur makes in two or four.
I
but
remember.
in a way, it's fighting good competition. That's the thing.
Yeah.
He was,
It,
yeah. You fought fucking MJ. MJ talked all the shit. You fucking fought MJ. You see what I mean? And it's the mentality that's different. Y'all don't. The American boxer doesn't want to box. I swear to God, no, they don't. They don't want to box. They want to be realtors. They want to be streamers.
No, they
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 want
want
to
to do
be
the press conference, but they don't want to actually fight.
yeah. They want to rap. They want to sell houses. Open up a
Adrian
barber
Broner.
shop. I sell drugs out of the barber shop, right? Like I got washing machines. Like you don't want to box. The American boxer does not want to box, and I'm just saying, okay, don't box. We'll get the money to somebody else. A lot of y'all are
It,
boring anyway. Yeah, because we
it
need
was
more Richardson Hitchens fights, motherfucker.
it was about a month ago. They asked Shakur about how he felt about Dana coming in the box, and he was like, "Nah, I don't like it." Da 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 da. Motherfucker, if Dana comes in here and takes over, those demands you put up for those purses, they're over, bro. They're over.
No, and fighters like you being on television is over. Because
Fuck
honestly,
yeah.
you know what I mean? I used to feel like no, you gotta appreciate and you gotta act. No, I don't. I pay for this shit. No, I don't have to accept shit. The shit boring. I pay for the shit. This shit is boring,
Shit.
bro. Okay,
Fuck.
fuck this shit. I shouldn't for what you're getting paid, and it stands to reason for what you are getting paid to go out there and do what you're doing. I shouldn't be able to click on fucking ProBox on YouTube, which is free, and watch a more entertaining fight than yours. Then what the fuck are they paying you all that for? Ramon Cardenas and Inoue gave us a great fucking fight. Them two. Cardenas,
They
great
they
fucking fight. That's the kind of
they
fight you show it to somebody, they become a boxing fan. Nobody's gonna
Yep.
fucking watch you and De Los San. No, they're not though. Like that's the reality. You get paid a lot more than a Cardenas, but you're not more entertaining than a Cardenas. So what is it that you're getting paid for?
Yeah, do you remember that weekend that we had Inoue Cardenas? Cardenas?
Yep.
Bro,
Yep.
everybody was so excited with that New York card for Devin to fucking ruin it. The next day Canelo for William Scott to ruin it. Here comes this fucking Uber driver versus Inoue gave us the best fight of the weekend, bro.
Ahora ponlo tu maning. ¿Por qué? Why did the Uber driver fight so hard?
Because he
Why
was
did he fight
hungry.
so? Because he's a fucking Uber driver. I think they should lock all these fucking guys in a freezer for a month. Set the temperature to like, I don't know, 61. Real uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Not cold enough that you die, but cold enough that you're upset. And just fucking leave 'em and then just let them out and just let them fight. You know
Hey,
what I mean?
hey, that's pay-per-view right there. Shit.
Fucking pay-per-view, bro. Royal fucking Rumble, bro. You know, I'm gonna smoke a fucking cigarette. I'll be right back.
Fuck you, undefeated.
What you say fuck me for?
Oh shit.
So you shit.
Hey, how did you handle up on the ice, bro?
Yeah, it wasn't that bad way. I started fucking shoveling out like my driveway and the walkway and shit, and
Yeah.
I made a snowman out of all the shit.
Really? I was gonna make an angel in the terrace.
No, yeah. Instead of putting well, I couldn't
The
find a
nose.
carrot. All I had was a zucchini, so I put it on his dick instead of his nose. And I wrote a sign that said "honk if you're horny," but I didn't get any honks.
Damn. Oh man.
There's because the sun was out today and it was melting a lot
Oh
of it,
shit. Let me
but
see.
it's cold again. I mean, it got below freezing, so the roads
It's
are
fucking
icy again.
cold out there, man.
Yeah, people are still
It
sliding right
really
now.
is.
Boy, I'm happy that we don't have that over here, man. Shit.
Hell yeah.
We only get this like every 4 years.
Type
Something.
Right.
shit. You get this shit like
Yeah,
leap year.
yeah, and it's
Oh,
crazy because go ahead, bro.
I experienced some shit like that before. It is not fun at all.
Yeah, yeah, we only get it every 4 years where we get rarely we get snow. It's mostly ice, and like Christmas, it'll be like 80 degrees, and it's like, what the fuck? Like,
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, that
yeah.
sucks, man. I hate that.
yeah, well, I'm
There-
in
There's
I'm in
nothing
basketball
worse.
shorts.
There's nothing worse than like it's 80 degrees and they're playing Christmas music on the radio, and you're like, what the fuck?
What the
You know,
fuck is this? We want some cold, bro.
I
Shit.
want my Christmas back. Damn it! I don't want summer.
Yeah,
See
motherfucker
Santa
sweating
Cruz
and
on buying
shit.
shorts and shit like he's at the beach.
Yeah,
Fuck. Yeah, that shit's agitating, man.
be some
Hey,
bullshit.
country, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me,
Hey,
Herb?
Herb.
Doesn't sound like it.
I don't
Hey,
think Herb
Herb.
can hear me.
That's crazy. I can't hear. I mean, I don't even know who's on the panel right now. I hear is Jules. I hear you, and I think I hear somebody else, and that's it.
Herb, you
Okay.
need to drop off and
What I
drop
gotta
back
settle
on
for?
if you can hear me.
Hey, can you drop off and jump back on, bro? Yeah, they need to fix
I don't know.
StreamYard,
What do you
man.
guys use to You guys use like laptops and stuff?
I
Yeah,
use
either
my
that or a
phone.
cell phone, one of the two.
I use my phone.
Country.
Yeah.
How much money you want to bet that the Sunday night Rio card is gonna be more exciting than Tio and Shakur?
Oh, I know, right? I'm not making that bet.
Yeah, but check it out. That's this Sunday.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
gonna be on Sunday,
And you know
which
what's
is
crazy? We got Pro Box Friday.
oh yeah, yo,
How about
and
that shit?
the dumbest shit is that we got
That's a
two
whole
fucking
fucking
cards
weekend full of fights.
on Saturday. We got what, two or three cards? Like, bro, what the
Four.
fuck? Four cards, yo.
How about that shit?
Yeah, but Sunday's gonna be better, man.
I can't wait to see what these guys say about that fucking fight on Sunday when they show the Zuffa card. I can't wait to hear what they say about Shakur and Tio.
Oh my
Yeah,
god!
did
Oh, I
y'all?
know, right?
This man,
That's gonna be
this-
fucked up. Like, damn. And that's the one that costed $60 fucking, bro. You
wow.
know?
Yeah,
That's yeah. We got fights. We got Pro Box Friday. We
We
got the
do?
whole. Yeah, we got a.
Yeah, there's a Pro Box
Oh,
card Friday.
We got the whole week, my dude.
oh shit. Yeah, we do. We got Pro Box Friday. We got we got Pro Box Friday, Matchroom in the afternoon, then Turkey on Saturday at night, and then we got the Zoo. Yo, we lit. We lit.
yeah.
Right? Oh my
No
god, we
complaints
boxing the
here.
fuck out. Overdose. We like this Monday with a
And,
hangover.
and you know what the wild shit gonna be? That the card on Friday probably gonna be better than the card on Saturday.
That's what
And
we
the
just said.
and the card on Sunday might be better than the cards on
Well,
Saturday.
No. And the Murtazaliev Kelly might be better than the
Yeah.
fucking.
yeah,
Hey,
yeah. Did you
Chance to
see
show your
what
shit.
Tim Bradley said about the 118, 110,
That's
118
a good thing.
scorecard?
Wow, I better get ready, man. I
Yeah,
gotta get.
yeah, He said some shit that watching the fight live is different. That which we said though. We said that yeah, when you watching it at home, you got every angle of the fight, so you could see a lot of shit and
Yeah.
Yeah,
score it. You could score it better because you could see all the shit that the judges don't be seeing. You
yeah.
know, I
A lot
think
of people.
Murataya won. I think he won 7-5. I don't 118, 110 is crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah,
But you know, he Cuban, so what we gonna do? What can we do? We didn't make him Cuban. He did that.
Well, it was like Undefeated said. Eddie robbed him.
Somebody
Shout out
robbed
my
that
boy
mother.
Eddie, man.
That's it. Murataya is the champion. The thing is, would you want to reward Andy for that performance? Look, I picked him, so I ain't biased. I picked him to win because I thought he would, but you just wasn't engaging enough. That's what I saw. You fighting them off, and you doing an okay job in spots
Nah, it's
fighting
time
them
we
off.
start reading that boxing of that style, bro.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
didn't
bro.
fucking push the pace. You didn't want to go for the gusto, and
If
yeah.
I'm
it's
tired of
over.
it that if you're not gonna try to hold the center of the ring, if you're not gonna pivot around them and circle them, if the first fucking shit you gonna do, ding ding ding, is you gonna back up 5 feet, yeah, fuck you, man, fuck you and fuck your fucking trainer, man, get that shit out of here, bro, get that
Yeah.
You
shit out of
bitch.
here, bro. First, see, I said it's always because it remind me of that parking lot scenario. For you want to fight and you spend the whole time backing up in the parking lot. You
Mm.
gonna fight or you gonna drive home, homie? Like, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? That's shit with
Right.
these fighters. First fucking thing you do, ding, 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 backs up 5 fucking feet. Yeah, he's winning the fight. Look at the outboxment that he is outboxing him by backing up and not doing shit. Oh my
The ring
god. Yeah.
general shit.
Counting on the ropes and shit here and there.
Look at those foot feints. Oh shit, he might come forward. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Man,
Look
One,
at the
fuck
way he
that shit.
bounces on that big toe,
right,
you
not
know?
one dominating moment.
Look at how he circles the turnbuckle. Oh my god, he is outboxing him. And I'm so sick of motherfuckers that don't know a motherfucking L step from a shift talking about the outboxing. Bro, shut the fuck up. You know what outboxing? You know how boxing is? If you jab them, if you jab them and then you pivot and you're not there, then yeah, you outboxed him. You hit him and then you didn't get hit. But if you are so out there, yeah, you're not outboxing shit, dog. You just running. Period. Yeah, you're just running. That's it. That is all. You are too far on the outside to be outboxing anybody. Sick of that
He's
shit.
loop-
I could hit
looping around the ring like it's Indianapolis 500 Speedway or something, you know?
for real. Like it's the Indy 500. Like, man, enough of that shit. You're not outboxing nothing. That's not outboxing shit. You just don't want to engage. That's all. That's literally all. You just don't want to trade punches in the pocket. That's all it is.
No.
You know,
And that's
it'll be great. It'll be great if Jermaine beats Keyshawn, man.
that
That
shit is
shit'll be fucking great.
yo, not for nothing. It's not out like it's not outside the room. This dude is an airhead, right?
Oh
He
yeah.
drinking fucking Paul Mason and camping shit.
Mm.
Yeah, he's
Not
bugging
only
out.
that, think why do you think he doesn't want to fight Andy Cruz, bro? Because you know that movement is what gives him issues, and what's Jermaine's main
Jamaica
tool.
box.
Yeah, he can
And
box.
Jermaine
He's
is
got some good movement, bro.
knowing Jermaine is not small, and he been at 140 for enough. He been at 140 for like 2, 3 fights now. He been at 140, so he's cool in the gang up there. You
He's
just getting there
veiny.
and thick. And
Yeah.
Okay,
Keyshawn, you don't got Bo Mac no more. So whatever fucking strategy you about to do, it's not a Bo Mac strategy, you know?
Right,
I was gonna ask you,
retarded shit.
do
Yeah, let's see,
do you
yo,
think
Usyk seemed adamant about collecting the scalp here in the States, man. That's what it seems like.
Because I think he's ADD like me. I got certain shit like here's an example. Real talk gonna feel this. I got a thing. When I use the incline press machine, or if I use the leg press machine, right? I got a thing where I always put the small weights on the bottom and the 45s at the top. Cause you know the 45s is what you're gonna use. Not who the fuck is
Yeah.
gonna be using 5-10 pound plates for a
I'm
fucking
dead
leg
ass.
press.
Mm.
So I gotta think, even when they already there, I still move them, right? I gotta do it. I can't not do it. I gotta do it.
Yeah, I know
And
exactly what you mean.
I keep doing that. And You know what I mean? And I think that's how Usyk feel about fighting in America. Like, nah, I gotta beat somebody up over there. I gotta do it. I done beat a motherfucker up in Poland. I done beat like 10 motherfuckers up in the UK. You know what I mean? I went to Latvia. I went to Russia. I gotta beat another motherfucker up in America. Another motherfucker. You gotta be Wilder. It's not gonna be though, because Wilder gonna lose. Wilder gonna lose.
I love that
Wow,
fight.
this stupid ass. Yeah.
Wilder gonna get fucked up. Derek is gonna Deontay his Wilder, bro.
And he gonna look bad out there too, trying to do whatever he do. Because he looked bad that whole fight he had, the last fight. He looked bad the whole goddamn
And he
fight.
don't got Malik Scotch no more. He don't want Malik to train him. So you don't
He,
got Malik and you don't got Mark. So what the fuck you got, homeboy?
he's not
What is the fuck you gonna get out there and do, bro?
he's
His
not
Back to
brother's
G-
gonna train him, Jules.
he's
The one,
JD's,
untrained.
bro.
the one whose girlfriend he fucked, that brother?
Yeah.
He's un,
JD's, bro.
he's untrainable anyway, man. So fuck it. Let him go out there and
He
throw his
is.
too.
Honest to God, he is. That's always been his problem. He's not a good student. He's just not a good student. Man.
Remember when you had that
Right?
Swift
And
mob?
Lennox Lewis was trying to teach him how to shoot a jab when he was a young buck. His dumbass probably ain't.
Yeah, but he not. Lennox was an Olympic gold medalist, right? Like Lennox was a technician. And what he told him was something simple: just have the hand halfway out because you already got long arms, so you don't gotta shoot it that much. It's already gonna be close to their face. You can just touch them with it and bring it back real. None of that process with Wilder. None of it. None of it.
Balls. We
Lennox might have been well speaking fucking Hebrew. Wilder understand none of that. Like,
I got the
huh?
ball.
What'd you
Dong,
say?
dong spod. You know what I'm saying? He ain't understand none of that shit. I don't know what the fuck he gonna get out there do with Derek, but hey, man, fuck it. That's a good fight, though. It's a good fight because you could see Wilder doing some dumb shit, but I got Derek. If they fighting and they look like they fighting, I got Derek.
How
I
old is
got
Derek now?
Derek like what, 40 something? You gotta be like
He's
40 something.
42.
Yeah.
Probably Water like 36, 37.
No,
No,
Wilder's
Wilder's
30.
40, bro.
Yeah, Wilder's
Oh
40.
shit. Oh
Yeah.
shit.
The shit
Oh,
is that Wilder had more surgeries than Derek. In 2018, no, it's 2019. He said then, I've had 7 surgeries to the same arm. That was in 2019. Since then, he had 3 more surgeries to the same
damn.
arm and the shoulder.
Yo, I
So yeah,
wish
like you shot
I wish
indefinitely.
I
That's a
wish I
four.
was active on boxing Twitter when Fury beat his ass all those 3 times, bro. The meltdown would have been crazy, man.
Oh,
I
we
ain't gonna
enjoyed
front.
that.
You
Shit, man, I
YouTube
missed it.
YouTube was love, bro. That shit was love. Like, oh my god. Psychic. I remember it was a psychic bitch because Fury put the spit like the shit was just like straight up meltdown central, yo.
Yeah, it
You know what I'm
was.
saying? I
But
love, oh my God. That's one of my top, not top 5, but that's definitely in my top 10 sporting moments. Giants beating the Patriots 2 times at the show. The Yankees winning the 9-6 World Series. Crawford beating Spence. That's in my top 5. Um, and yeah, in my top 10, I got that shit. Wilder getting beat by Fury. Oh my God.
well, and
That
the
shit.
meltdown from both of those, Spence and Crawford, and Wilder
Gypsy
Wilder
Queen
getting
put
beat by
Gypsy
Fury.
bitch on him.
Boy,
Yo,
yeah, it was
oh,
great.
if only I would have. Yo, was I live for that? Did I go live?
Yeah,
No,
well, yeah,
no,
you
I
were. We
didn't.
were all
No,
live.
country, I didn't. I didn't go live for that. I didn't because I didn't used to go live at that time. Remember, I don't start going live until COVID. Until COVID
Are you
shut everything
sure?
down.
Are you
Yeah, I
sure
remember.
we didn't go back to that? I could have swore we did.
Did we? Oh my
Cause dude,
God,
we
that
were
would.
going crazy, man. All
The
the
second fight
live
was a
games.
month before COVID, Jules. So are you sure you didn't go live?
We were
I
all
remember.
the
Maybe I did, but yo, if it would have, yo, dog, oh my God. That shit was great. That shit was amazing. The third fight was nice too, though. I did go live for the third fight, and we was bugging out for that third fight. He got
Oh, oh,
fucked up in the third fight too.
Jules, I went to a bar to watch the third one, and literally like 80% of the fucking crowd was cheering for Wilder. And when they saw him get knocked the fuck
Oh
oh my
shit!
god, it was
Oh
fucking comedy.
No.
Yup. It
Oh
was
my god.
like,
they were all screaming and shit like it was the
no.
Titanic going down.
Yep.
Yo,
man,
Yep.
I wish I
Spence.
was on
No,
X, man.
I don't think I
Oh
don't
shit!
even though like Wilder. I know this. Wilder getting knocked out really scared the hell out of a lot of people. It shook their world and their understanding of boxing, and that was the first sign of the PBC starting to unravel. That was like the first moment. It was like, yo, what the fuck? But Spence, bro, oh my god, the sadness. The dude on Twitter, he went and do a rant about Bob Arum. Bob Arum ain't even had nothing to do with that fight with Spencer Crow. He had nothing to do with
You know
that.
what?
Why
You know,
you mad at Bob?
honestly, we wouldn't have
Because
been
Bob
so
said
like
stay away from
all up
Terrence.
and up about it if their fans didn't talk all that shit for all that time for
Oh, they
both fights.
did. They
They
But
were
did.
that's the
talking
thing.
mad shit the whole fucking time for both fights. And it wasn't just a little bit, it was like years and shit. And we were just getting tired of hearing it. We would get attacked, stupid arguments, get called names, be called racist, all kinds of shit. And when that shit went down, we fucking erupted, man. It was like the
Yo,
hatch
man.
came off the roof and we erupted.
I
Man.
went on Twitter. The first thing I did was go on Twitter. I see this dude on his couch. My heart is broken. They posting videos. They posting videos of boxing ego about to cry.
His
You know,
reaction. Oh, he's down. He's down. Yeah.
and the shit. I will say, look, I enjoyed. I got mixed feelings about which one I liked more because with Crawford, I knew that was going to happen. Like with like I knew. I guess the part that I liked was the early knockdown. Just like, yeah, motherfucker. That's what I said, motherfucker. Yeah, mother. Because he knocked him down. What was it in the second round? I think it was. He knocked him down.
Mhm.
It was like, yeah, it's just gonna get worse from here, y'all. I didn't think the knockdown was gonna come till the middle of the fight. I had it happen like I think in the fourth or the fifth. You knocked him down in the second round. Like, yeah, motherfucker, this is gonna get bad. This is gonna get real bad. Whereas with Wilder, I have to admit, that was the blowjob that you didn't ask for, but you got it. Like, yo, he's
Yeah.
getting fucked up, yo. He's
Yo,
getting fucked
yo,
up.
it had to be it had to be the second fight because after the first fight, you got the glove, the coach getting fired, the fucking yeah, everything, bro. And then to get knocked out, to get stopped in the second fight, that was beautiful, bro.
No,
That
no,
was
no, no, no. See, you talking about no the glove bullshit. That doesn't start until the second fight. He loses the
yeah,
second
yeah.
fight. The glove bullshit. The shit is that Fury said in the build-up, yo, I'm gonna come forward and I'm gonna stop him. And nobody, I didn't believe it. Nobody, like, man, this motherfucker don't knock nobody out. What the fuck is he talking about? You know, and for yo, he was bullying him, and it's a moment in the fight where he put Wilder in the corner in the second fight, and Wilder look at they took a photo of it. You could look it up. That
He's
Wilder
off.
looking at him, eyes mad big, like yo, B.
The coach.
Oh my god,
I
that
remember.
night was nuts, bro.
I remember the Wild fans were heated, and they had asked Andre Ward, like, "Hey, who do you got in the rematch of Wilder and Fury?" He's like, I don't think Wilder wants to do that again." Yo, they were so mad at Andre Ward.
Mad at him, bro. They would
Oh,
yeah, I remember that. I remember they was mad at him. They turned on him. Yeah.
They're,
He was
they're like,
mad
"Why
at
don't you?
Drake.
Why don't you get in there? You wanted to fight Joshua? Like, I
Mad at him, but bro, I just wish I could have been in somebody. If I could have been a fly in a wall at somebody house,
Nah,
Oh,
Jules, if you would have been at that bar I was at for the third one, oh, you would have been fucking dying. Because I'm telling you, as soon as he got dropped, the entire bar just went quiet. I was like, oh shit.
to this, remember that was to this day. That was right before the to this day. He got mad at Radio Raheem. To this day, yo, you didn't. Oh my goodness, you done made this so bad for yourself. Mm. And a third fight, while
Yo,
I ain't
Jules, on Twitter, I think I just sent that out to you. Is it that one?
Mhm. Let me see, hold up, it's on Twitter. Let me see. Nah, but I'll show you. I'll show you. I'll show you. It's because it's a close up. It's a close up of Wilder. I used it in a
Okay,
thumb.
because I need that. I need that in
I
my
used
life,
it. I
bro.
used it. I used it in a thumbnail. Matter of fact, Wilder versus Fury 2. I used it in a thumbnail because the shit. I laughed at it for like 10 minutes because it's like, yo, what?
I
Yo, I remember for the
think it said 10
rematch.
minutes.
For the rematch, all the fans were like, "Yeah, we're gonna get it back in blood. Why's
Oh,
gonna
that
get
was
it
for
back?"
three, bro. That was
Oh,
for
for three?
three. I remember that. Yeah.
Man, it was
Nah,
even
he got
worse on
knocked out on Black History Month, bro.
with the Kane's
Yo,
chicken
dog.
logo, man.
Yeah, Wilder was, bro. I remember that because I was working for Canes that at that time, bro. I was embarrassed. I'm like, this, we sponsoring this nigga, like
Oh,
for real. It's,
no, and I remember,
Damn.
I remember, I remember, he went into hiding after that. Like, remember, he went into hiding
yeah,
after that.
yeah, he
and then
did.
and then he and then he comes back. He's like on the balcony and shit. He really got like dramatic music and shit playing.
He doing
I'm
ayahuasca and
Oh,
shit.
they
gonna
got
get.
that Undertaker music.
He
Dun.
looked like Yo. He looked like he was King Willie in the alley. This here, you want to come talk to me, Baba Man. It was like he talking that bullshit. I'm gonna get, and it's dramatic. It's like you just got fucked up again, bro. Just got fucked up again. I'm about to post it right now. Hold up, post it
Oh
right now.
yeah.
Look to the right. It's the picture on the right. I'm gonna show you right now. Show you right now. It's the one on the right. He look like he brought home a bad report card.
Damn.
Oh, he regarded that motherfucker.
Bro.
Yo, he
Oh,
looked like he coughed and
Bro.
sneezed at the same time. Oh shit. Yo, B.
Bro,
He look
he look like don't hit me no more.
Yo, dog. When I seen that picture, this
Take
2020,
my
I
hands,
seen
boss.
Yeah, and
yo
look,
fam, I laughed so fucking
he get
hard
hit with a
off that shit.
he get hit with a slap punch too. Got him
You
looking
know what
like
I'm saying?
No,
But
for
it
real,
was
he really
also
smacked the shit out of him.
it's you seldom ever see something like that happen to a man. You see a spirit break. That fight broke his spirit, man, because he just couldn't believe that. It's a lot for him to have had to process that. Yo, I did this to myself. That's why he's in denial about it. That Brody, you never had to fight that dude. You picked that dude. You picked
Yeah.
that dude
Bro,
over
you
the
know what that
AJ
was for
fight.
me? That was even
No,
though he popped 30, bro, but for me that was Haney and Ryan, bro. When Ryan dropped him that third time, he's sitting on his ass just looking up at him, bro. It's just fucking hilarious,
I I
dog.
I
yeah, I loved it.
I,
Yeah,
I'm gonna say, I'm not gonna say that it's not enjoying that one. It's that I had no stock in it. I don't. I mean, it was funny to watch you get your ass because he had a sweat stain on his ass. If you remember, he had a sweat stain. He had
with them with
yeah,
them UGG boots on. You
Nah,
remember
he
cause
that?
had
for me, I
yo,
was
he had
talking.
the flash dance shits. Like, remember flash dance? The bitch had the leg warmers. Like, yo, fam, did
yeah.
you really wear leg warmers to a
Leg warmer.
boxing
Nah,
match,
what's
Kareem?
funny about that day is I remember it very vividly because of two reasons. It was April 20th, so it's 420,
Uh-huh.
and I just bought my truck that day, so it was a good day and shit. And then we're having a 420 party and shit. We're getting free drugs and shit. You know what I'm talking about? It's a good day. And there, now,
Mm.
the youngster comes in. He's probably like 17, 18. He pulls up. He's like, "Oh, let's put the fight on. Ryan's fight on." Like, bro.
You don't waste your money, bro. It's gonna be boring as shit, bro. Like,
Yeah.
bro, don't like fuck all that, bro. Bro, I'm sitting here having to eat crow because Ryan whoops this nigga's ass, and I'm just like, bruh.
Yo,
The
I
other
remember.
shit, it was wait. I'm gonna say this. It was like Scrappy Doo, cause Devin hit him with some like beep, 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 beep.
Yo,
Oh my god, yo!
What the fuck?
brother,
And then and then I had to go back like a week later to rewatch the whole thing with the
real.
commentary to hear y'all's reaction to this shit because it was so loud. I wasn't even listening to the stream, bro.
Yo,
And Lady Shan, oh
Oh my god, Devin!
I was
Devin,
like,
no!
no,
I was watching it on my phone, and that shit had me feeling higher than I actually was. I'm like, I was like, yo, what am I? I couldn't believe what I was watching. I'm like, wow, and I'm like,
no, because there's certain fights that I'll do that for. Like
He said
Crawford,
he
the Crawford and
had a
Spence
feeling
was
higher than
one.
he actually was. That's
Yo,
great.
cause no, cause the thing about that fight, it took everybody by surprise. Devin getting fucked up like that because he got
yeah,
fucked up in that fight. And the best part was at the end when fight over and he tried to climb up the
jump up
ropes.
on the rope.
This nigga fucking busted his ass trying to
He
get up there.
he didn't have the legs. He didn't have the
What are
legs to
you
jump on
doing,
the
bro?
rope.
What was you doing,
He
bro?
was all puffy. He ain't had the legs to jump up on the
Oh
rope.
shit! Yeah, he's all swole up, like he's bleeding, and he's so yo. The only
That
thing that
Hey,
was better than
they
that,
was
no, wait,
saying
no. The only thing that was better than that was was Teofimo Lopez, George Cambosos. I don't know who did this. Y'all wrong. They panned over to Teofimo. Judges scorecards red. You got fucked up. You got lost. He got your belts. It is what it is. This motherfucker's still doing backflips in the corner. Nobody looking at him. Doing that
yeah,
Teofimo. Hey, yo,
I
stop
remember
that
that.
shit, homie. Stop. You probably got a
Nah, they
concussion.
was saying that Haney looked like Rondell Sheridan after the fight.
yeah,
Oh
but
The
shit.
father from That's So Raven.
I wonder what
Well,
the
he
Haney.
did look good.
Yeah,
Good.
I wonder what the Haney fanboy, what was going through their minds as where what they watched that. I know they, I know they went for shit.
I don't think they loved him. See, I could feel the gravitational pull of the planet when Wilder lost. Like a lot of hearts sank to the core of the
Yeah.
earth. I felt like I could feel them collectively dying. You know what I'm saying? With Spence, that was just pure joy because it was like, yeah, this is the payback for all the shit. You know,
That was
like
just a
Bob.
fucking pure
That
climax.
that was
Yeah.
just pay. But the Wilder shit, you know what? Looking back, I do feel that the Wilder loss was more impactful because you could argue that Wilder was on his way to having a bigger following than Spence. You know, like he was on his way to having a bigger following than Errol Spence Jr. And at the end of the day, there's nothing like when the big men are fighting. There's nothing like a heavyweight
Yeah, I
title
was say
fight.
the heavyweight is the state of boxing.
Yeah, like a heavyweight title fight, there's nothing like it, and that was more impactful. That loss, you know, it was like yo, you got, and nobody thought that Fury gonna come in here and do all that. Yeah, nobody thought that shit,
Yeah, and to
bro.
be
No,
fair, like Wilder, like for as trash as he was, he had a fan friendly style. You know, like ain't nobody like Bevan, bro.
yeah, that is
So
true. Like
to
Wilder,
see him get his
I
ass
I, I
whooped, it was
will
kind of
give
good.
Wilder this. Wilder versus Ortiz 1 and 2 were good fights to watch. You could show that to people and make them boxing fans. I will give him that. I think he deserves that. That you could show casuals a Wilder fight and they will watch boxing. You cannot show them a Devin Haney fight and next Saturday they watch. No, dog. They will turn their TV off, put a curtain over that shit, turn it around to face the wall, and still go to the movies outside.
Closest fight you could is maybe the Loma fight, and that's
Yeah, but
because
they
of
gonna think they
Loma.
ain't gonna think Loma won. That's
Yeah,
they gonna
Exactly, and
think
that's
that fight,
Loma
exactly.
that
won.
fight, that fight pisses me off, bro.
That shit was sad what they did to that dude. It's not even like, look, if the motherfucker lost, I would just say that, man. But like,
Yeah.
yo, that dude legitimately
And what's
got
fucked
robbed,
up
dog.
is like had they not robbed Loma, I wholeheartedly believe Shakur would be undisputed right now.
Yeah, because that's the same thing I thought was gonna happen. I thought Loma's gonna beat Devin, and he'll have the confidence to go into the Stevenson fight, and Stevenson is gonna be the one that gets him. That's what I thought was gonna happen. I thought Stevenson would be the one that beats him, becomes undisputed, and then that becomes the launch pad for his career to ascend. But nah, y'all gave it to Devin. I don't know why. Lightweight wasn't better off for it, you know. It is what it is. I'm gonna go to sleep, y'all. I'll see y'all in the next one.
Already, I holla at you.
All right,
All right,
fellas.
yeah, y'all start to slow, man.